at before. I don't have enough money to keep up with the Lucent all the time. I'm washed, mate. I'm washed. Hey, Shadow, good to see you.
Good morning, you
Mitchie putting you in the shed. Basically, that is what's going to be happening, Leshy. Yes. It is. This monster's going through me. I'm busting. Shadow, you're a fucking legend. Thank you very much.
You're going to get out there and fucking get it.
Shadows, just subscribe with Prime.
Fuck everyone.
Who's that down here building? Fame. Nice. Got his building on the go.
D-A-A-A-D-D-D-Y-Y when we play RC Rady.
D-A-D-D-Y when we play RC Rady. Tonight, mate. Tonight. Like, feel good. And then use your resources to level up your workstation. Oh, well, it's a lot worse in England. Fucking right it is. It's fairly similar in Scotland, but the big problem with Glasgow as well is that they only lend up to the home report value. So it says 180k, but they want to sell them for 210. So you need 30k cash and a 10% deposit. Basically, Glasgow apartments will be all landlords because they're the only people that can afford it. Fuck. So they've basically priced everyone else out. Look, Emily's done a runner. Flint, let's ban her. Fuck it. Let me do the honors. How do I do it? Ban.
Jack, be quiet,
boom.
little midge. He'll pick you up and throw you.
He's in a box. Jack's in a box. Literally in a box. If you can see that.
For the Discord and Reddit community where you can get a lot of information. That's it. Now let's watch together the PvP gameplay for Iron 2.
I don't think I'll play. I don't think I'll like this. I think the reason I really love Arc Raiders, and even I played New World so much, was the character. Hello, mate. I'm gonna cause some chaos. Meadow. Hello, mate. What's up, boys? Yep. Testes. Flinty, Testes. Hello, Nova. Morning, brother. Acosti. Acosti's on the fucking beers. Let's go. Flint, morning. Bonjour. Hello. We are tunes on. Arc Raider mapping. We are preparing. Yeah, you haven't left. Testing 169. I got strawberry and banana. No beer for me this morning. I'm being a good boy. Let me test my mic. Test. Okay. We like that. I gotta just be right out. Got lamb chops and beer. Hey, I got the chill music. Yeah. I got the chill music. I got the map. I got freaking Beast in the Discord. He's working on Buried City. Let's see what he's got. Oh yeah. Oi, let me the fucking. I have a crackhead in there. Let me in, mate. Let me in. Dude, I slept so fucking bad last night. I slept so bad. Jack was like, I don't know, I swear to God he woke up last night, did a line of cocaine, and then was fucking bouncing off the walls all night. I was like, I ain't streaming today. Fuck that. I'm just going to sit in the dark. I'm like, no. Let's get a stream on, chat to the boys. Got to chat some Arc Raiders, man. Oh, fuck. You had a good night too, then. The hell is this here? Harley go. so did I with Jack, mate. Idiots. Bought this really nice like brownie fucking fudge thing, and he's like, "Oh, he's gonna have some." I'm like, "How can I say no?" And oh, what an idiot! Harley's an idiot. I'm an idiot. Parenting, man. You fucking learn that shit the hard way, don't you? Oh, flag, good morning. Who did a line of cocaine? Definitely Jack. Both you need to fuck off. Oh, shit. Flynn says, I carved some pumpkins this morning, then cleaned my toilets, made lunch for the family, and now I sit here, activated my brain with some classic Warcraft 3 shit talk with some noobs. Oh, mate. I need to get back into some Warcraft 3. That is a game and a half, man. That is the game of all games right there. Can't though right now. We got to figure out some of this bloody map. We played some RV there yet, mate. Maybe I'll play it like a couple of days before launch of Arc Raiders. I'm just sat on maps at the moment. Is it good flat? It felt like a Dan Van Sula. Funny as hell. I've heard good things. I heard it's just like real silly fun. Just like exactly what you need, man. We like that. OPR is calling your name. I know, man. Soon, brother. First we go to China. First we go to China and where winds meet. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Freaking_Beast91 just subscribed for 18
Hey, that's what I like to see, Beast. Working on the map and paying me money. That's how it's done. Thank you, brother. Hey man, that's how it's done. How the world works. What goes round. He's a good man. He's a good man. Bro, I smelled like 700 cigarettes, drank 500 beers while listening to techno in the passenger seat of the fucking Beast. We need to play RV there yet before we play Arc Raiders. Oh dear. Did you ever see The King? Tech Test 2. I didn't see The King, no. Is that the one that's like you see it in the distance of the trailer where he's just like literal War of the Worlds style alien? Man, I've completely missed this then. This has gone well over my head. I've seen the one in the trailer, but I missed it. I missed him in tutorial. I missed him. Yeah, shit. Dude, I really hope they smash this and we get some really cool, like, I don't even know what to say. Just like some cool content. Like group style content, you know? Look at the clips of the tutorial. Okay. He's in the background when the lightning strikes. Oh, fuck. Oh, yes. I'll have a little look. They gotta have it as a a world boss at some point, right? Like the harvester and the queen is a thing. Maybe he's gonna be able to let us fight him on one of the later harder maps or something. He's bigger than the space. Okay, yeah, we're dead then. If he arrives, then we just die. There's no fight in that. That is death. Game over. Shut down the servers. Fucking hell. Imagine that, man. Fuck, imagine that. Do you know, I have you played the finals? They do this really cool thing in the finals where one of the most recent ones is they have this they have this hammerhead shark called Ned. Found out Rob and Dusty came in and they told me he's called Ned. And I'm like, Dan, have you seen Ned yet? I was like, who the fuck is Ned? And he's the hammerhead Ned. Hammerhead shark Ned, right? Like, no, come on, you idiot. Don't know anything. And they showed me that in one of the graphics you could see these boats. And this, in the map, you might remember this, he would fling rocks into the arena and like damage players. Like periodically, he would spawn outside. You'd see him. He's huge, and he would yeet in some rocks basically. And I wonder if that is what they might do with some of these big arcs. I would personally love them to walk through the map, and you could maybe damage them or some shit. But maybe they'll like spawn them so you can see them at the outskirts of the map, and they just fire in like laser beams, rockets, and just fuck you up. So something like that. Hello, Hermes, mate. Morning, morning. Morning, morning. How are ya? Right, I think on this one we have... That's not an extraction point. That's a key. Give it the old refresh. Damage them and they drop like parts you could loot with epic shit in it. That would be cool. That would be very cool. And we've got this bit up here. I think I definitely I'm trying to do most of this by memory, plus some notes I made down last night. So I definitely remember that extraction point. I remember one there. I don't really remember this one. I remember this one. Just need to try and get most of these done. And there was definitely one over here, but I swear it was... Is this the forest area? Might be. I think that's it there. Oh. Holy moly. Look who we got here. How you doing, bud? It'd be cool if they made some sort of community mission, so whilst on the map there's artillery guns. Mate, something like that would be absolutely wild. There was I've got a few videos to watch today. One is another Arc Raiders interview. But that interview we listened to from the TwitchCon one, they said something about expanding what the game mode currently is. Something along these lines, where it's currently built as an extraction shooter, but expanding on that somehow, some way. Fuck knows how. Perhaps something like that where you can... Yeah, one of the things was going into Speranza, right? We said this would be cool, like you actually in Speranza. yeah. Yeah, you for... If you sell 700 Bastion parts, then you can buy a Lamborghini and drive it around the spaceport to your new spaceship that you buy for 69 Queen parts, and then you can fly your spaceship to the moon. Right, Flat? Something like that? Hey man, I like the way you think. They are very good at cost, yeah, mate. They do cook. They do cook. I'm gonna add a couple of arcs here where I know they were before. There's definitely a tick in the top of the tower, but I don't particularly want to stick a tick. Can you remember if there was a harvester or any event on the spaceport map? Then you fly right into Star Citizen. Arc Raiders crossover of Star Citizen, yeah. Still ticking away, my reflex has gotten 10 times worse. Pirate retired gaming is what we are gonna rename it to that soon. It won't be long. Retired pirate gamers, mate. Basically, I don't want to add too much on here outside of like the main player spawns and locations, because what we'll do is I've added like one. I tested some crates this morning. Every one of these we want images attached to them, really. The only problem will be the cheaters. The doomers are trying hard on YouTube, but they're failing. You think? I know. I mean, to be fair, the only one I've been exposed to that is bad is that IGN review. Everything else that I've seen, maybe because I'm looking for it, has been relatively positive, to be fair. But I am searching for positive Arc Raiders stuff rather than any bad shit. Hopefully though, the price will drive away a lot of the cheating. But I know, I mean, buying cheats, we've used them for like Grounded 2 and stuff when we're mapping. I'll put it out there to like fly around the map and to map it easier, right? Get the pictures and make it look fucking like really cool. And they're really easy to access, like really easy. You don't have to buy anything, do anything. It's just boop, because it's kind of like a co-op game, right? But with stuff like this, yeah, I'm confirmed cheater. Yeah, confirmed. I'm actually got my wall hacks and 360 aimbot ready for Arc Raiders. I'm hooked up, man. I'm hooked up. Hello, Poutine. Arc Raiders, mate. But yeah, people. My point was that it's a big business. People selling cheats. So yeah, hopefully it doesn't take over. It's what it is, yeah. Hello, Grapple. How are you surviving after exposing yourself to the Steam discussion forums? Hello, Trin, mate. I just got fired yesterday. Oh fuck! I just got fired yesterday because the guy who was job mobbing and bullying me in the elevator turns out to be the owner of the place. What the fuck? Right after 1 minute of me passing through him without making eye contact, I was ultimately fired from the job. What? What? Are you telling me he was bullying you and then he fired you because you didn't take the bait or something? Is that what I'm reading? Also, I don't know what job mobbing is. Dude, just fucking headbutted him in the elevator. Then stuck a C4 in there. Hey man, I've been playing too much of the finals. Don't do that. That's not real advice. Please don't do that. Oh, shit. Oh, I've been there all week, but the racist bigot last night needed to be castrated. GG's. Get wrecked. Yeah. Steam discussion forums are a cesspit, but to be fair, it yields a hell of a lot of people. And whenever we publish some stuff with games, we post it there. That's it, Trin. Don't worry about him. Come and play Arc Raiders. He'd have been smashing the door. Yeah. Stick his head through the elevator doors. Hello, Dark Destiny. It's nice to see you in the morning or afternoon. Still feels kind of morning. How are you, bro? Yeah, we're gonna check out Arc Raider interview and the Enshrouded dev update because I've been slacking. I haven't watched it yet. Right, let me just check these and make sure I've got something on the map here. Yeah. Lunchtime. Nice, man. Joy. Any form that isn't regularly modded becomes testable. That's very true. How you doing? I'm alright, thanks, man. I'm alright. We're just, standard stuff. Just pushing down this route still and getting lots of things ready for Arc Raiders. We got loadouts we're playing around with. Got some loot value stuff. Got quite a extensive database of all the stuff to do with the game now. The thing with this is it's all manual entries, so you know what it's like. I got the boys grinding, helping out the legend. Yeah, it's coming together. That's looking cool. Hello, Crimney. What's this site? Ah, it's not a bad site. Oh, check it out if you want. Not bad. Have a little look, mate. Yeah, it will feed your Ark cravings before launch. We got some guides and stuff on there as well. Just so I have some traffic. Yeah, people are starting to check it out. A few people coming on the Discord as well, offering some feedback, and yeah, pretty nice actually. Quite cool. I'd like to give him plenty of rope and then rip him apart. Yeah, well done, Grapple. Get it. Yeah, I think the main thing with all of this is you appeal to the people that are getting stuck more than, you know, it's a fine, like I've always said it before, these sites are always a fine line, but if we don't do it, someone else will do it. So we thought we'd give it a go for Ark Raiders. Crowd said last night that the exclusive 100 stream thing was actually only for 3 hours after the tech test. Oh, just like giving them access to create content, and I guess, I mean, that's a huge thing, right? If they could get 100 people in, whether that's paid or for free or whatever, to then create some content ahead of launch and just get people excited about the new shit. Yeah. Oh yeah. There's got to be stuff like, obviously there's new maps, we know about them. There's got to be some sort of, I'm hoping anyway, there's got to be some sort of new Ark. There's got to be some new weapons, and just like teasing a few extra things that hopefully, I'm guessing these, because if there's nothing new in the videos, then it would be kind of worthless. So I'm guessing there's a few new things like that these videos will probably show. Grimney, nice man. If you've got any questions about it or suggestions, let me know. Yeah. I wonder what the big surprise would be. Oh. Have they said that there's a surprise coming? The Baron is in Bluegate. Is it? Mate, I don't think I've been this excited for playing a game that isn't even in my typical genre probably since Last Oasis. Do you remember like the hype we had for that, where it was, Last Oasis is not an extraction game, but to some extent it was. You know, you would go into the map, you would loot the shit out of that map, and then you would take it back to your base. So it's not at all the same. But the concept kind of gives me that feeling like, fuck man, we got to go over here, loot it, survive other players, build our walkers, and then get back to what we would deem a safe tile or our base. But yeah, I haven't felt like this since that, to be honest. Yeah, I'm fucking excited. Hence sitting in the category 4 days early, just chatting about it with you guys. I love it, mate. Glad I'm not the only one who's that excited though. Yeah, extraction. One criticised some streamers for promoting their views of how the game should be played, like other shooters. Hey man, that's just the nature of the world we're in, isn't it? I think we're all guilty of complaining about how we want things to be, and you know, a big one for me was New World, how I wanted open world to be bigger and better and more exciting, and I think they're starting to do it in the end, but that was something that I wanted and a lot of people fucking didn't want, you know? It's a tough one, and if you've got lots of views, then it tends to, yeah, reach more people, which then Gets more attention. Mate, take it easy, bud. Back it tight. Good to chat, man. I shocked to learn that the graphics were lowered by the devs. Yeah, they actually agreed. They actually admitted it, didn't they? I think I'm losing my sight these days, but I don't remember feeling like, oh man, these graphics are not as good. Maybe because the last time I played it, I was in a van, and now I'm not. So my surroundings are different. I don't fucking know. I think I'm losing my sight, to be honest. Yeah. Everything's a blur these days. Yeah. Everything's fucking blurry. Yo, Mr. O. Afternoon, sexy bastard. Hello, my friend. Saw the video. We'll upload it tomorrow. Hell yeah. Send it my way, man, and I'll get it prepped and locked and loaded. Locked and loaded, baby. Locked and loaded. Zax. Thanks for the website, mate. I checked out many of them, and yours seemed the best. Hey, that's good to hear, man. That's good to hear. Yeah, it's like a huge passion project for a lot of us. We've obviously covered some other games. Yeah, and we went in.
Hard work, that's why.
Yeah. True. I got Beast slaving away in the background while I'm chatting to you. No, yes, it's a big passion project for a lot of us now, which is cool. Just play how you want and don't force people to play it a certain way. But if you go into an MMO, your first question is, can I play this solo? That maybe not go into an MMO. What do you mean? Solo MMO playing is the best way to play an MMO, man. Beast is excited.
I am excited, Dark.
Can't wait, mate.
That's why I intentionally do unauthorized break so I get whipped.
Oh yeah. raise the level of excitement, mate. I start wearing reading glasses at 40. Alright, I'm nearly there then. I'm nearly there. I might have to go with a monocle. Is that what it's called? Hello, Boom Shakalaka. Haven't been here for a while. Hi, everyone. But what 4 days to go for? Hello, mate. It's 4 days until Ark Raiders releases. And we're all quite excited. Should we have a little look at this this interview that someone posted on the Discord this morning? Can I cinema mode this? Yeah. Leave it like this so we can see their faces. This is a channel called Skill Up. I actually don't know what it is. And they've got lots of gaming stuff. Xbox news, interview with Tim Schafer, keeper discussion, Ball X Pit, and then the Ark Raiders interview coming up as well. And it's one of their main bits on here, so we'll check this out. Just let me know about the sound. My sound's been a nightmare lately.
Alexander, how you doing?
Sorry.
Pretty good, thank you.
Sorry, Xander. Taken's just
exhausted.
Sticking a pirate over your face there.
Subscribed with Prime.
Ball X Pit. Thank you, Taken. Thank you, sir. My first objective in Ark would be to play 1,000 hours in the shortest amount of day. I like that. Yeah, so this, what do we got here? It says, Ark Raiders interview with executive producer Alec.
But feeling pretty.
Have you seen this? Oh, I haven't seen this yet.
After the Server Slam weekend, which was both terrifying and exciting at the same time.
So tell us about Server Slam, because I remember seeing some numbers and I'm like, damn, there's some big numbers for a Server Slam. So, this was an open beta. Anyone could download. It was no invites, correct?
Correct. So
okay, right here.
So the objectives with Server Slam was to just kind of twofold for us. We wanted to make sure we had, some full technical pressure tests on the game to make sure the game ran as expected. And the other one was to give some players that didn't have the chance to get their hands on previously to get the chance to play the game. And even though in a slightly more focused fashion, as it wasn't the same type of test as the previous one, much shorter and focused around just there's the opening experience and one.
I think the only way to gauge potential numbers is maybe how high it ranks on the Steam charts, but I don't think there's any real info. But wasn't it like 4th or 5th on like highest bought Steam charts after the server slam weekend? It was something like that. It was very, very high on Steam.
One map.
Right. Okay. So there's one map there, and how many maps will there be at launch?
There will be 4
Yeah,
launch
high.
day.
Okay.
Oh,
And
right.
there's
4.
rumors.
Oh, there's rumors. Are there
something
rumors?
else.
Really?
There's
How
always
interesting.
rumors. There's rumors of a
So on launch day, then we're getting Spaceport, Buried City, the Dam, and Blue Gate on launch, with maybe Stella Mortis being accessible via something. Yeah, 5
place
confirmed.
called Stella Montes.
Oh, there we go.
Um,
Yeah, okay.
But the Raiders of Speranza
This
haven't
is
really
23
figured
hours
out
old.
how to get there yet.
Interesting.
So
There we
Yeah.
go. So we got to
Wonder
complete
if
some
they
quests
will.
or
I
some
wonder.
I
shit.
wonder if they will. Mhm.
So what percentage of the total game offering would we have seen if we played Server Slam this past weekend? Do we see 10% of the game? Did we see 15, 20? Like, where are we at, you think?
So from the maps perspective, you saw like one of our kind of 4 starting maps, and a couple of the conditions that could run. So we had the night raids, Queen, we had the electromagnetic storm, a couple of different variants of the map dam. When it came down to progression, that was very short progression. I think it capped out at around 5 hours. There wasn't really much more to do after that, and of course, there's a lot after that you can do. A lot of things to unlock, a lot of enemies to defeat, quests to complete. So that I would say, from a progression perspective, that was only 10 to 15% of what the game is. Um, and some features weren't even present at the server slam itself, because they are features that come later in the game experience. So they were a bit unnecessary to have there.
As in, like, later post-launch content, or like they'll be there day one, but you got to unlock them?
Yeah, exactly. They will be there day one. So there's a feature called the Codex.
The Codex.
So, for instance, we have a pretty rich and interesting world, we believe, and we would like the players to have a way to collect all the information about what's going on in the world in the Rust Belt.
If I close my eyes, all I can imagine is Swedish Flint. Yes. I don't know who this man is. I assumed it was you, Flint. Bo Schriff, hello.
So there's a codex where the player will accumulate information bits about different arcs, the different people who live in Speranza, the story that unfolds. So you'll get to kind of revisit that repository whenever you want and read up about it and what's happening. And it's not just like one entry. There's like multiple entries on same topic. So
yeah, they yump. They don't jump. Swedes don't jump. They yump. I love it. Especially when it's like a really strong Swedish accent. I love it. Did you play Tech Test 2 Flat? Did you see the oh, sorry, Anacosti, sorry. Did you see the... You would have played it. I actually quite liked Buried City. I didn't think I would like it, but I fucking did. I'm going to jump on you. My point group in New World was one Brit called Jake, me and 3 Swedes. And Jake was yumping. Jake was yumping.
Things actually evolve a bit over time.
I love it.
Okay. Cool. So we know the Steam numbers. This test was also running on other platforms, correct?
Yeah.
So
have you revealed how many people participated in Server Slam in total yet?
No, we have not.
Okay. Would you like to do that now on this podcast? Right here, right now, we'll get an exclusive?
No, I cannot do that. But I can give you some other stats from it.
Sure, please.
They gave us the stats about like the millions, right? There was that infographic they posted, which was really good, actually. There was a lot of people.
So we had about 29 million visits topside. So you can try to back calculate from that how many raiders there were. And we also had an event that was playing, which is the Queen event and the Harvester.
Yeah.
And this is an event that is kind of tailored towards more focused around some sort of almost like a boss fight. And defeating the queen is pretty hard. So I believe there was only 74 defeats of that queen, but she
pretty
killed
impressive
around
still.
108,000 raiders in the process.
I remember I was one of those raiders, not in this test, but in the other test, I fought the queen, and I was like, "This is not. I'm not meant to be doing this yet." That was the vibe that I got from that fighting the queen. So that's cool. That's very exciting. No, well, I mean, it's been great to see such a positive response to it. I mean, obviously, because I played it a long time ago, like a long time. I played it like sort of alpha phase. And I remember from the start just thinking to myself, there's something really interesting here. Like, it was early, but you could like really sense it. And then I remember when I played the first alpha test, I was like, okay, this is definitely on its way. I think it really clicked for me is when I did that first public test, and I was like, whoa, okay, they finally clicked it all together. This just looks fucking awesome. I played like the entire weekend nonstop. It was just a really fantastic time. And I think there's a lot of cynicism when it comes to sort of extraction shooters and whatever else. And people are like, there's so many of them, or they're not for me, whatever else. But I think that the response that I saw from a lot of people was that, like, hey, I didn't think this would be for me, but actually it is for me. I checked it out and I really enjoyed it. So what kind of feedback were you getting?
That is the nail on the head.
Seeing most commonly from people who participated in Service Slam or different technical tests, etc.?
So it has changed a lot, as you mentioned as well, like over the course of those tests that we have run, both the more internal one, which wasn't public facing, and the more public facing ones. So I guess it's worth mentioning that it's been going on for quite some time, this game. So in the beginning, I felt like when we announced...
I'll be there with you on that as well, Flat. I'm going to do a little bit of... I'm going to be very Ark and very Where Winds Meet. I'm going to, instead of having 24-hour days, I'm going to have like 36 and split that in half and play both.
Announced that we did change the game.
The only way.
There was more resistance to the idea of extraction shooter. There was more people feeling that we were just jumping onto the bandwagon. And to be frank, the first test we did was not great. The results we got was not great. They pretty much showed us what we needed to improve pretty clearly. So that was far from a home run already at that early stage. It had some good points for sure. That wasn't we weren't worried in that way, but we had a lot of work ahead of us. So
I think what he just said there maybe reminisces with you as well, Ryan. It definitely did with me. When I played it previously, I was just like, yeah, whatever, right? Like, it's just a game. And then when I started playing it, I was just like, what the fuck is this, mate? This is just a game that actually feels good, plays good, guns are good, AI's good, just picking up shit's good. The interaction with other players with the VoIP is insane. And everything was just like, oh shit, it's not bad. Like everything else I play these days, you very rarely sit there and go, oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, that's good. You normally say, what? Who the fuck designed this and that? Why the fuck is this in the game? But it's everything I experienced with this is seemingly very positive so far. Apart from getting stuck on zip lines. I was going doo. I couldn't get off them. But it was funny because they said in their TwitchCon interview that the zip line code is really old and they're scared to actually touch it because it will break shit, which is kind of funny. But yeah, it's just good, right? It's just a good game. The immersion for me really sucked me in. I started role playing, which I never do. Did you? Classic, brilliant, mate, brilliant. Hello, Rose. Need to see what the pay to win is like in Where Winds Meet, but the game looks amazing. I'm sure there'll be something, but they have said, and quite a few like content creators who have played the recent version have said it's just cosmetics. I don't think I can fucking trust that, but apparently everyone always comes out saying that these days. Oh yeah, I'm just monetizing with cosmetics because that's what everyone wants to hear, and then 69 days later, boom. Yeah, you can just, that cosmetic you bought for your new sword, it's It's twice as big as anyone else's sword. and now you can hit them better.
Has just subscribed with Prime.
Big tings in that. Jeez. Nice name. Thanks for the Prime, man. 2 American streamers I know invited me to join them. I never heard of the game. Best fun ever. Love it, man. Zipline audio is nearly non-existent. That's the thing they need to sort out. Other than that, it's great. Love it, mate. Isn't that a great thing, Mr. Obo? We can sit here and say, what's wrong with this game? Zipline sound. What? Like, what? It's great. It's so good. What the fuck? Yeah. Goodbye, big sword flat.
We've been pretty systematical about addressing the things that the feedback that we have received about extraction shooter and our ambition to make that a bit more approachable for players, and also try to bring in some new elements to the genre itself, which we felt like we were more familiar with in world building and things that immersion, things that we have been working on for a long time before we even started at Embark here. So we felt like we can bring some new things to the table, and we've seen the feedback consistently improve over the course of these tests. And the last public test we did was almost a bit surprising to us about like how people saw what we were doing and took it to heart, and that was a very humbling experience, and also good. It also felt good, obviously, and the Server Slam, even though in its limited fashion, kind of showed the same results. That people are excited, they want to play the full experience.
People are annoyed they don't get to play the full thing,
and they're appreciating what we're doing. And I think in a way that it surprises me, quite frankly. But I can see people when they post their when they post videos online about their journeys, about the different stories that this game can create for them. Very inspiring, because that's obviously not something that we planned and designed for, and can choose to interact with other players in very new ways.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, as I said, I definitely have experienced that myself. Like that stories, like I think that's the sort of magic of the extraction genre, where you just every extraction can become this like epic moment, and you see all these clips online of people and the shit they do, and crawling to the extraction point and climbing up to the keyboard, and like just a really cool kind of idea. So I mean, I've had a really great time with it. I didn't get to play the Server Slam, unfortunately, because I was just busy doing a whole bunch of other stuff. Curious though, that one piece of feedback that came through from the community is just a question around visuals and yeah, whether or not they've been changed in this most recent test. Has there been any kind of like visual downgrade for the game more recently? Like, do you want to respond to that? Because there's a lot of chatter about that right now.
Yeah, certainly. I think that's fair. I mean, some people did like an A/B comparison, and there's a difference there. And so there's a couple of things going on, to be frank. First of all, we've been optimizing the game quite heavily. We have a pretty ambitious optimization for low spec. We want to make this game to be able to be played by a lot of players. So what happened since the last test is that we've been pushing some of the settings down, the default settings. So if you, based on your hardware, we would choose a little bit more conservative settings for PC users, and some other things like details and scatter has also been changed since that. So, but we are looking into there was some bugs in there as well that was unintentional. So we are looking into tweaking and striking the right balance between the image quality and the performance. And of course, for anyone that is a PC player, you're more than welcome to tweak the settings according to.
So they kind of dropped the default ones down, but also allowed you to put them back up if you wanted to. So the average everyday player like me could play the game with good settings. I just got a small form PC behind the camera. I don't have like a streaming PC and then a normal gaming PC. I just got a standard PC that does it all. So it ruins a lot of my gaming. Some of the interactions took me back to DayZ. I made some guys actually drop their weapons and stand in the corner. Daisy, I don't know if you remember here the other day. Daisy was when we first started playing Pirate Gaming. We were called the Pirates of Chernobyl back then, and we would drive along in a military truck, which is what I've got IRL now. force unarmed people in the back, take them to a camp, and make them beat each other up with crowbars, and the winner got to stay within our group, which inevitably they typically turned on us and killed us at the moment they could. But yeah, it's great, man. Yes, you get some of that drama. You get some of that drama in here. When we did the Harvester just now, 2 guys ran over in the service land. 2 guys ran over to us, offered us to go out of this hatch, and I think they were being kind. And I was like, fuck, if one of us goes down this hatch first, they're going to shoot the other in the back. So after about 5 minutes, we just coordinated and killed them both. And I felt quite bad, but I was like, dude, I can't trust this. We've got good blueprints on us. They've got to die, man. I don't trust them. So we fucking killed them. It was pretty bad, to be fair. We betrayed them after there. It was pure kindness from them. We betrayed them. Bad. But yeah. Rose has got trust issues from Daisy. Trim remembers teaming up with some random people. Those interactions make the game pretty wholesome. Yeah, it's nice. Most glorious moment with Daisy was me repairing an actual bus, like one of those civilian everyday transport buses. Then I drove down the coast searching for my friend. I was sitting in TeamSpeak and picking up all the new spots. In the end, I actually run my friend over. That would have been the greatest video in the world. That would have like epitomized Daisy right there, man. That'd be brilliant.
To your personal preference, and I would recommend doing that for all PC players to try to find the right balance between what how responsive do you want the game to be and versus the level of detail.
Sure. So there were some changes made to visuals, but some of them, there was also some bugs in the mix there. You're trying to nail it down, and you're looking to make further changes in future so that people with more performant hardware can go for their life.
Yeah, so this affected mostly the people on lower spec machines, but there was some bugs on the high spec machines as well. And so yes, so they're correct in pointing it out, and that's kind of the point of doing tests like this. It wasn't intentional in any way. More of a side effect of trying to make the game more performant and trying to make the game run as good as we possibly can.
For sure. Winding right back, because obviously many people watching this or listening to this are maybe aware of Arc Raiders, maybe not. If they are aware of it now, they're probably aware of it as an extraction shooter. But obviously it didn't start out its life that way. It started as something different. And I'm just curious to go back to that moment where the team sort of turned around and said, well, actually, we're not making that thing anymore. We're making something totally different. What caused that change? Because before you were doing like a PvE looter, right? And then what was the moment where you guys, okay, that's it. That doesn't work. Let's try something else.
So I wasn't part of the team since the beginning. So actually I was brought on board.
I remember seeing promotion
right
for Arc Raiders.
We did that change. So you can say I was probably a reason for the change to happen in the first place. But me aside, the reality was that the game that we built when I first started here, it wasn't consistently fun. It certainly had some really strong moments and cool to be fighting these large robots. But the problem is that when we kept coming back to the game again and again and again and trying to grind and make it didn't really gel in the way that I think that you or any other players would have found any fun or so the product wasn't there. The ideas were there and some execution were there, but there wasn't a game there in that I believe had the legs that it needs to have in this environment. So we started mapping out all the weaknesses and strengths of the game. And I made this massive Miro board, which is like a way, put out posters virtually with everybody. And we were trying to kind of take, okay, where do we take this game from here? And we knew that PvP probably had to be part of it because a lot of our DNA comes with PvP. And we felt like too much focus on the PvE isn't as on the robots themselves. Only focusing on them is basically the same problem we've been having all along. So we knew we needed to make this game about something that was PvPvE, that came clear pretty early. So we mapped out all the strengths, and we wanted to keep as much as possible. So Arc Raider was already announced. The IP was
We got
out
your
there.
back
It
flat.
had an interesting world, and people really resonated with the characters and the visuals and the themes around it. So we knew we wanted to maintain all the positives, but then letting go of some of the
This
focus on the
firefight
negative
is
side.
just
So
brilliant.
a lot of us were big fans of extraction shooters.
Mm.
And me particularly, but also Stefan, who's the creative director. Both me and him and a few other people have been spending too many hours playing extraction shooters and other survival games, by the way. So we were really fan about the mix where players and Arc is kind of, or players and AI meet. That was something that is magical in our opinion, and still think has not really come to its full potential, even today. And so we felt like this world wanted to be explored. Like we were walking around these derelict buildings, and I was like, what happened here? And I was walking around these empty hallways, and I felt like there's a game here that is about like what happened to this world, and there is a danger and a sense of tension that we want to capture and put in here. And it became pretty clear that going for a model, an extraction game, was a way for us to achieve all the things we wanted for the IP, and we felt was the right things for us. We really felt strongly about there was stories to be told in this world, and the ways for players to find out what happened, who's living here, what is the Ark, why are they here, and a lot of interesting things around that. And together with other players and the AIs themselves, there was a mix that we knew that we wanted to go for, that on the extraction shooter side. But we also knew at that point that we didn't want to build a game that was super hardcore either. We knew we wanted to build a game that was a bit more approachable, because some of the tension that you can get in those games is so good, and we believe that some of the games are so difficult that feeling on the tension that you can get from playing some of those games is something that I don't think many players will get to feel in those games. So it's
quite interesting that a lot of them have come back from extractor backgrounds. I played Tarkov for like 2 hours and stopped playing it. Hey Kara, good morning boys. Flat has a quick question for you. Him and his girlfriend are having a debate. What should they buy for the bookshelf? The Pokemon or the frogs? I voted Pokemon. Good morning, though, Kara. Good to see you, man. Generation Zero. I never played the Generation Zero. Oh shit! We got frogs, Pokemon. Oh, it's yeah, none or none. Yeah. Just put some fucking books on your bookshelf. How about some books? Pokemon. Yeah, all right. Pokemon it is. That was your choice, Flat? Pokemon? All right. Pokemon it is. The boys have spoken. The boys have spoken. Yes. Books? What the fuck? Yeah, just have multiple Kindles on the bookshelf. Yeah. Are you also into Arc Raiders? I am into Arc Raiders. I am. I'm guessing you are too, Malden. Buy another bookshelf to put on the bookshelf. Oh yeah.
Wanted to make sure that we could build a game where other people also could get the sense of that tension and excitement that genre can bring to the table. So that kind of was the starting point, you could say, for the reset, as we like to call it.
Yeah. Well, kind of two questions fall out of that. Number one, if someone is not interested in PvP, and I think I know the answer to this, but if they're not interested in PvP, does Arc Raiders have anything to offer them?
Certainly, I would say so.
Okay.
So while
I also do relish the day where that question is asked and the developer turns around and says, "No, go and play a fucking PvE game." One day, I'm actually quite glad that Arc Raiders hits the mark with both. I am, but I can't wait for the day where they just say, "Fuck no, dude, this is not a PvE game. Fuck off." Okay, that was a bit mean, but hey, it is what it is. Sorry, let me just catch up here. What is the harvest? It's gonna be very exciting to see what all this turns out to be. Grapple, yeah, mate. Yes, Kara has a concern. Are the servers going to be able to handle all of us? The server slam, I think, the server slam went off without a hitch, and there was a lot of people playing. Like there was a lot of people playing, which is great. So hopefully it will be fine. It's not like your traditional MMO, right, where you have X amount of players on one instance, and you can't go beyond that, and then you sit in queues. Hopefully they can just, fling up more servers. It's not like you have to server transfer and stuff that we're seeing with New World. It's like a very different kettle of fish, which is, hopefully be good. You miss me play Arc Raiders? It's not a good show. Oh, it's not a good show. Hey man, I play. Not a good show. Yeah, service time went off with 0 issues, which is great. Great. Beast in a queue now on New World. Oh, you didn't have to quit it, Beast. You could always just tab back in your house and keep running into the wall and stuff. I DM Discord. Please tell me if is an Arc Raiders skins and vibe. Let me see. Oh yeah. Yeah. This is very Arc Raiders. Just add a little bit of the rainbow on a couple of logos. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It is. Anyway, let's find out about the PvE. I am partially joking because I actually think when we say PvE, I think what the answer is going to be something along the lines of you don't have to engage with players, which is great, right? You can move around them and avoid people with how good the sound is and everything like that.
PvP is a part of the game. The AI is also very much part of the game, and you can choose to some degree what your engagement level with the arcs and the players will be. I'm saying this, of course, because I built the thing, but you can also hear that echoed from some of the community feedback that we're seeing out there. Okay. That even players who didn't think they would like this sort of genre can go in there and get something because the game has something around the immersion or tension and being and meeting other players doesn't always end in conflict, for instance. So I would say that has a lot to offer. If you look at it at what it is, not necessarily using extraction shooter as a kind of a hand wavy, it's this type of game, but because I don't think it is, and I don't think the feedback says that it just is that either. So I would recommend you to kind of look at some of the creators that are out there and make up your own mind. But also playing solo versus squads is very different. It seems more friendly when you're playing solos, actually. Interestingly enough, people seem to be more interested in
Bro, I saw some really amazing clips of like solo players helping other solo players. I'll never be able to find it, but there was this one clip where someone was down and they're in a 1v1 and they're talking a little bit on VoIP, and he's basically saying, "Don't kill me, let's team up," or whatever. And the guy's like, "Fuck you, basically, I'm gonna kill you." And as he's about to finish him, punch him, this other player comes down, kills the guy. They're all solo players. Kills the guy that is killing him, and then reses it. Hits him with the old defib and revives him, and then they go on their way as a duo. It's fucking epic. It was epic. There's so much variety in the games. It's gonna be brilliant. We're just playing Deadlock. Jeez, I haven't played that in a while. Surgical Shotty, hello. PvE only splits the player base. PvE only splits the player base, and people don't realise how boring it would be if we just had one or the other. PvP is the best for longevity. Played DayZ for 10 years with crappy graphics because there's nothing else like it. Oh yeah, man. DayZ really was the nuts, wasn't it? That's why you bought a new headset with a mic. It's gonna be good. I think there's a lot of people that will not be open to that, you know, and be skeptical and want to just really progress. But once you get to a point in this game, one of the fun parts and one of the entertaining parts is going to be interactive with other people, right? It's going to be fucking awesome, man.
Helping each other while playing solo.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And there's no queue, there's no like PvE queue, is there? Like, you guys aren't offering that at launch, correct?
No,
like,
we're not.
No, okay. No, so as in, okay, right, fair enough. Just in case, right, cool. Okay, so Nat, the second question that falls out of that is, you know, you said that, you know, story and world building is a very big part of what
We've
you're
got
building
trust
here.
issues, yeah.
You know, from an extraction shooter perspective, though, you've said you want to make it more accessible. What are those things that make it more accessible? What are those things that are going to welcome in players who don't typically play the genre? Were there points of inspiration that you were looking at from other games that you wanted to pull in to make that happen? Or were there things you saw elsewhere and you're like, we don't want that in our game. That's too hardcore.
I think we looked at all the sort of standard features.
Oh, before we listen to that, what's this? I think this is the flute video.
I might dome someone.
Fucking thick.
Oh my god, it sounds so. Imagine, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got another one.
Yeah, look.
Flute.
Run.
Anti-flute enjoyer. Operation Leave. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck the flute.
Please don't shoot, man. I'm unarmed. Please, don't, please. I'm just playing the flute. Please.
He's not with us. He's not with us.
Sorry.
I thought there's a second team down
No.
there.
No.
Pushed us.
No.
No, I'm just playing the flute, man. Yeah, sure. What is it?
He's dead. He's dead. Oh, I wish he died. That was so funny.
Oh, did he catch that? Look at them all, man.
No, guys, I'm getting strobe effect. What the fuck?
Look at all.
Oh, shit.
Yo, that's so sick.
Oh, shit.
It
probably took a hell of a lot of restraint to not drop a grenade in there.
Let's go.
Go water treatment. Retreat.
Flutes out.
Bro.
Flutes assemble.
Listen to all the footsteps, man. Oh, someone fell.
Yo, my flute friend. No, my flute friend.
No.
I'm coming to save you.
Yo, I need a revive.
Wait, stay inside. Australia, bro. GG, boys. GG. Everyone do a wave. All right, W.
Love it, mate. No, it's fucking cool. Well, if people are actually going to try and take down the Queen and all that, you know, people are going to need to team up with each other. It's going to be amazing.
Second question that falls out of that is, you know, you've said that, you know,
more instruments would be good, man.
Yeah. Part of what you're building here, you know, from an extraction shooter perspective, though, you've said you want to make it more accessible. What are those things that make it more accessible? What are those things that are going to welcome in players who don't typically play the genre? Were there points of inspiration that you were looking at from other games that you wanted to pull in to make that happen? Or were there things you saw elsewhere and you're like, we don't want that in our game. That's too hardcore.
I think we looked at all the sort of standard features that you would need to make a game such as this work. And we started from that perspective, and then we thought we needed to build all these things. So we started implementing all these things, and then we said, like, so how do we make it more approachable? Would be something that.
All right, let me watch that in a second. I just need to be right back. 2 seconds. Mi scusi, mi scusi. Played 16 hours during the slam, most of it solo, and 9 out of 10 killed by a player was guys with a French name. They got trust issues.
And there's no queue, there's no like PvE queue, is there? Like, you guys aren't offering that at launch, correct?
No,
like
we're not.
No, okay. No, so as in, okay, right, fair enough. Just in case, right, cool. Okay, so Nat, second question that falls out of that is, you're obviously, you said that, story and world building is a very big part of what you're building here. From an extraction shooter perspective, though, you said you want to make it more accessible. What are those things that make it more accessible? What are those things that are going to welcome in players who don't typically play the genre? Were there points of inspiration that you were looking at from other games that you wanted to pull in to make that happen? Or were there things you saw elsewhere and you're like, we don't want that in our game. That's too hardcore.
I think we looked at all the sort of standard features that you would need to make a game such as this work. And we started from that perspective, and then we thought we needed to build all these things. So we started implementing all these things, and then we said, so how do we make it more approachable? Would be something that we can look at when we sit in the game in our hands, because that's kind of what we do at Embark. We like to experience it before we kind of make judgment on it, instead of necessarily theorizing around.
You can feel that in the finals as well,
much, as that seems to be that can be a never-ending story if you just repeat, never try something, But what we found out is that there's a lot of those features that we thought we needed that we actually didn't need. So the more we played, the kind of approachability of some of the features, how far does these features needs to go, it became apparent by itself. Almost, the game spoke back to us what it needed and what it didn't need, and the same thing from the players. By the way, since we've been running multiple tests, we could kind of
shot with the shadow. Sorry.
The same thing from the players, by the way, since we've been running multiple tests, we could kind of shave off certain parts and say actually we don't have to go this deep here. This we can remove, simplify this, and still retain the core kind of tension and the kind of
that zip line
by itself. Almost, the game spoke back to us what it needed and what it didn't need, and the same thing from the players. By the way, since we've been running multiple tests, we could kind of shave off certain parts and say
this here is amazing. You can kind of really hide in the shadows and avoid people.
Actually, we don't have to go this deep here. This we can remove, simplify this, and still retain the core kind of tension.
It's a zip line. Oh, that's towards the main tower coming down. Oh, hello AC. Acosti says, but from the slam, I learned one thing: utility is important. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Sorry, Dan. Oh, good. Sorry, Dan. Mate, fucking, what have you done? Promote what you want. I missed it. Promote away. I don't mind. Do your thing. I can't even fucking see it. Don't worry about it. Reminds me of DMZ back in Modern Warfare 2. Over time, it's the player spawn. Over time, it's the player spawn. Things for friends joining the same server, team of server. Devs tackle this. Would be nice. Well, it would be nice. It would be nice to be able to get in a lobby with other people in this game, and that's my mind only really goes towards killing the queen and working together and making that a little bit easier. But that's the only thing I've been thinking of. But yeah, obviously if you can have the two friend groups in one lobby, that obviously gives them a huge advantage on the rest of the game. So that's never going to work. But yeah, that's a tough one, I guess. You can try and Q snipe each other, but I don't know. Not tried it yet. Yeah. My bad, I asked. I kind of provoked it. All good, boys. Not a problem. Fucking at all. Crack on. Do your thing. Oh, are you promoting your own stuff, Acosti? Unbelievable. Mate, fucking drop links in the chat. Not a problem. Do your thing. Do your thing. Share away, man. Share away. Surgical 3-man squad was an interesting choice. Oh, I like it. Yeah, it's a really dynamic. What we tend to see is as well, at least from I think my experience and some others that I've met, if you queue solo, typically busted. Sorry, let me repost it. Sorry, that was mean. Typically, if you're a solo, you would meet another solo. If you're a trio, you meet another trio, and it seemed to play out quite nicely, and the matchmaking seemed to have some sort of system going, which was quite nice. But yeah, got him, got him. Queen can come later. Need an extra pair of hands to loot the harvester. Yeah. I don't know, man, how it's all gonna play out, but hopefully it plays out well. I've played, as a lot of you guys will know, I've played a hell of a lot of the finals over the last few months, and everything about that game seems to just be like ticking the right boxes. Yo, Shadows, yeah, good to see you. Which is great, and it gives me right word here. Courage and it's not the right word. It gives me a good feeling that these guys are going to do a good job with the game. You know, confidence. That's the right word. Confidence. Courage, you idiot. They seem like a fucking squad, a sound team of devs. To be honest, yeah. Bro, what's wrong with me right now? I'm having a problem. I'm thinking of 3-man squad. I read squad. I'm thinking of confidence. I'm saying courage.
And
need a monster energy in me.
Kind of
Wake me up, mate.
Deliberate
Still half
gameplay that we
asleep.
were aiming for.
My son kicked me in the head a few times last night and woke me up all night. So forgive me today.
And the immersion, of course. So that's one mechanical part of why we believe it's more approachable. The other part, we
hello,
felt
Blackwater
like
Odin.
The world is in
Good morning, mate. Welcome in.
And we feel like the kind of colorful, bold take on the kind of post-apocalyptic future is something that invites players in. And there's looking at the images of the game has a certain aspiration to it, certain vibe, and I feel like that can draw people in as well. So it's a bit of a mix of between like what we feel was right, but also like what players were telling us was right.
Yeah, I mean, just drilling into this a little bit more, I notice you have a fairly novel approach to server wipes. So how are you guys? You want to make, just for anyone that doesn't know what that is and how you guys are approaching it, do you want to give us a rundown?
Yeah, certainly. So in many extraction shooter games, there's sort of a mandatory wipe where everybody gets reset some points during the year or at regular intervals. It's a good way to keep the game interesting and fresh, and for players to kind of re-experience the game again. So I think one of the issues that we had with that is that we didn't feel that every player had the chance to kind of to get to where they wanted to be in the progression before they got reset, and it didn't really feel like it respects the player's time commitment. And that's one thing that we discussed a lot. It's like, I think it's super important if you're playing a game that the game somehow recognizes the time you have put into it. It displays that back to you and awards you for it. And also,
how's it going, Plouts? Hello, mate. Hello, mate. Do we know if Ark will add some more military style fits? I think there's more of the Arks. I don't know if they're going to have some sexy military trousers on or anything like that. Hello, Flint. Check DMs. Oh shit. Are you having Monster and gin? For me, I guess for you, 2:30 in the afternoon. Monster and gin. I mean, it's a fucking Sunday. Oh yeah. I like your thinking right now. Yes, darling. Oh, lovely. I really hope we have the tutorial skin as an option, like something from Dune. Well, what I will say is, if you cannot wait until the 30th and you haven't played the finals yet, just download the finals and look at. Well, I'll probably play it this afternoon. Actually, look at how many skins they have in that game. It's baffling how many. It's so good. I think Arc Raiders will probably end up going down that route, right? Because that's the that's the money maker for these guys. Is I guess primarily skins. Just fucking good. They're just really, really good. And I think they're gonna do. I think they're gonna do a really good job of that on Arc Raiders too. It does have more potential. Yeah. If my son kicked me in the head, I would have issues. He's 19. Yeah. Jack is 3 in 4 days. Love it. 3 days actually. Sorry, if I get that right, I'll be kicked out of the house. 4 days is Arc Raiders. Oh, that was bad. I'm a terrible dad. Jesus Christ.
We didn't
Let's crack on. Let's pretend I didn't
feel
know.
like they had to play the game in a specific amount of hours every week, or like you need to be there every week to get everything. So we would like you to play the game at your own pace. So we implemented a system where a player.
Please never tell my wife that I mixed up my son's birthday with the Arc Raiders release date. Yeah, keep that one between us.
can choose to take his raider on an expedition, which basically means we retire that raider and they get to start over. And all of the players that want to do this, they can choose to do that themselves. So they can send off their raiders, they get a new one, and they get to start their progression over. But if you just want to continue
that sounds
playing,
amazing, doesn't it?
that's perfectly fine as well.
Yes.
And if you want to get to an expedition later, you can choose to join an expedition at a later point.
So are expeditions kind of like battle passes in a way, or is it totally different?
So expeditions are basically your raider building. Building a device that can take you through the tunnels of Speranza. So in the world of Arc Raiders, there's massive amounts of tunnel networks that spreads out everywhere, and the raiders doesn't even know where all these tunnels lead. That information is lost to the raiders that live there. So an expedition in this case means that you're actually constructing your own kind of rail cart. And once that is completed and you put in a lot of supplies in it, it is your idea that your raider then goes away and might never be heard from again. Who knows? Because there's other things that happens in the world. But you explore these tunnel networks with this cart, essentially. That's the
okay.
So that's
pretty interesting take. I've heard about the expeditions, but I haven't seen it yet. So grew up in Surrey, grew up in Guildford. And then moved to Hampshire for a bit, and now we're in Scotland. It is a bit confusing. I thought initially it would be something where we would then go on an expedition. That's the new world in me. They changed dungeons to expeditions or some shit. Do you remember that? So my initial thought on expedition would be you would take a 3-man team or whatever, and you'd go and kill some stuff, get rewarded for it, and come back, whatever. But yeah, that'd be cool. Brings endless potential for new maps. It does, man. It really does. Oof.
So it's not a battle pass. It's more like a project that you build, you could say.
That's cool.
Okay, fair enough. That's
I played at school, but really never after that.
But basically, if someone wants to keep all their loot forever and they never want to get on that cart and go off into the dark tunnels, they can just keep all their shit forever, correct?
Yes, that's the idea.
You're a bad man.
So you can get all the way through the end of the progression, and as we will also add more things for you to do over time. So our goal is to basically, if you don't want to, you certainly don't have to. But if you want to, there's some bonuses that you can unlock by doing that.
Yeah. Tell me, were you ever feeling nervous during development when you started seeing like everyone making extraction shooters? It seemed like no one was making them, and then all of a sudden everyone was making them. Were you guys feeling like, did we miss the boat on this? Like, how are you feeling?
Yes, we certainly felt like we missed the boat on that one, because as we did the actual reset, there weren't that many games that had done, or have announced that they were building an extraction shooter. So like, we've taken a long time on Arc Raiders. So I know that doesn't feel like that maybe for people who are looking at the market, and there's a lot of extraction shooters now, but back then it really wasn't. And we felt like there was an opportunity to be an early entrant to the market, and it's a bit of a different one than the ones that were there. But we realized quickly that a rush to get to market isn't going to get the game that we wanted. And we needed to stay true to the vision that we had with the game, and give the game the time it needed to be as good as it possibly could be. So we have to stay true to our vision, and at some
I'm so glad they do shit like this. It's really important. Cos says, what do you feel about the end of the round where the game tells you how many down to finish? I actually really like that map screen where it shows where you went and what you did and kind of gives you a bit of a breakdown. I don't know how often I would probably analyze that, but it's actually really cool to, I don't know, it's just one of those things that I don't think is necessary, but actually tells the story of when you were up there. And a lot of the things that you guys are talking about, it's like the story, the drama, the fun, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, and then maybe they'll add more details to it as well over time. It's pretty cool. Troy says, the only concern I have for upgraders right now is mid to end game stuff. I trust the Buck knows they're doing, but that's my only concern. Yeah. I think the main thing is you're definitely going to get your money's worth, at least in the term. Like, I really like survival games and MMOs, and a big part of, like, for survival games, for example, is that progression through your tech table, whatever you want to call it, tech tree. You know, you go from stone and twigs up to, you know, fully smelting ore and stuff like that. That kind of tech progression is pretty exciting, and you get that in Arc Raiders too, with all your workbenches, your workstations, whatever you're crafting, and then this whole idea that what he confirmed that now is that there is 4 maps on release. So it's going to be the Dam, the Buried City, the Spaceport, and more than likely Blue Gate, right? And then there's the other one, Stella Mortis. And he was saying to get to Stella Mortis, you have to do something and activate something essentially to then go to that map, which in my opinion sounds like that's going to be quite a harder map, which most of us will probably go there as quickly as we can. Hopefully the arcs are much stronger and more intuitive, and then we die a lot. So you have to go back to the old maps to then gear up again. And I think they've got a lot of angles they can take to make endgame feel exciting as well. Is the trailer? It's tomorrow, right? I like the post map. I more often than not went to the swamp and learning the optional path. The optimal path, avoiding campers as usual. Yeah, yep. That's my dream cycle. Well, yeah. Well, there was another slight hint on another interview we watched where they were saying, you know, the extraction part of the game is really the big part of it. But it sounded like that's not going to be the only part of this game. So there may be some other thing we could do. So for argument's sake, like this expeditions they're talking about, in my opinion, something like that would work really well. Again, more opinions like arseholes. Not everybody you don't need to see everybody's arsehole, right? We know this scenario now, but the expeditions could be something where you team up and you go out and do some PvE together, and you go and kill you rest through a map or there's something, and you kill a boss at the end. So there's so many angles they can take with this whole tunnel system lore that they've got going on. It's pretty cool. If they shadow drop, I'll buy 100 Raider tokens right now. Yeah, there's so many options, but yeah, I think the current game cycle is good as it is for a certain period of time, until we get to the point where everybody has like legendary weapons, and then hopefully this is where more things like the Queen appear, and it's just really, really difficult. Like, surely that's got to be something they bring into the game, but yeah. Endgame bosses and puzzles that force us to have a resource drain that forces you back into the main loop would be great. Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly that. It's kind of like, I think the Harvester was a first glimpse into that, basically, you know? Because you go into the Harvester, to get into the Harvester, it's likely that you're going to die quite a bit before you figure it all out. Obviously, the Queen's there's typically a Rocketeer there, a couple of other arcs, which couldn't kill you, plus the other players. But if you can get in, get your blueprints and get out, that's good. But it was relatively simple, and if they can add slightly more complex ones of them as time goes by and people get used to the game, fucking A, that would be awesome, man. Yeah, I'm not too concerned, but I think they need to make sure they stay on top of that, I guess, after a few months' time. Where even in squads, you have to go and find another friendly team to help. Yeah. The event's on. You need to kill the queen, and if you kill the queen together, that's a good thing. Just imagine though, if there's only one or two things you can loot out of the queen. So you kill the queen together, and every single time at the end of when the queen's dying, someone's gonna start attacking the other person, man. King Ark. Hell yeah. Yeah, I was instantly like, hey, that's the queen. Hold on a minute, that man's got giant golden balls. Fuck yeah. Hey man, you guys crazy bastard. God damn. Hello, angry as fuck game. Welcome back, man. You're from Clean Stream yesterday had a really good take on how to unlock the new map. He said that it could be that after a certain amount of people have done the expedition, they unlock Stella Montis, which is what he was saying about, right? You have to collect things to unlock to then go through the tunnels, and in the end clear it from an overabundance of arcs for a few days, and then it opens up for the rest of the player base. That's pretty cool. Yeah. But it's definitely something to do with the expeditions, right? Because he was saying that you need to collect things, and then you can use them to go into the tunnels, and your player may not return, or something like that. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Queen turned king 2025 in a nutshell. Reminds me of the Philips Crown Jewels advert. No thanks. Aim for the balls.
We just stopped looking
His weak
at
spot.
the rest of the competition and just felt comfortable. But we just need to do this. And took. So we I guess you could say we put on some blinds from the market,
right?
And just decided it's like, this is what we're doing. Nothing else really matters now. Let's just focus on that.
For sure. Well, on that point, obviously, Marathon is a big extraction sci-fi shooter that's coming out in the next little while, and obviously, Bungie's a big studio.
Fucking A, man. Can't be dealing with this Marathon thing. We spoke about this briefly the other day. I'll touch on it just briefly, right? You guys don't know, when Tech Test 2 came out, there was Marathon Test or some shit, and then there was Arc Raiders. I think I played 1 or 2 rounds of Marathon. I can't even remember. There was something else we played with Scythe and the boys. Whatever. Long story short, there's 2 types of games. Marathon's very inclusive. Arc Raiders doesn't let you put your pronouns in, for example. And this is where that IGN reviewer thing stemmed from, and a lot of people think anything can be bought for enough money, right? There was a lot of discussion where this is just hearsay and not necessarily factual. A lot of people were saying that there is definitely something going on behind the scenes where a channel with 20 million subs like IGN would post a really wonderful high-end video on Marathon, which is very inclusive, versus that trashy bullshit that fucking Jared Petty guy posted that was playing on my son doesn't even have a computer, yet his computer has better quality graphics than what this guy's video, not to mention all the things that he said. So it was very odd. It was a very odd situation, but it could be close to the truth. Yo, Carnage. Hello, my bald king. I don't feel confident playing this game with Flint. Anyway, I just wanted to say that before he starts talking about Marathon, because that shit's really not on my fucking street.
Big fandom. Obviously, Marathon's had its debut now. When you saw Marathon, what were you thinking? What did you take from it? That sort of,
please just say
appreciated
nothing.
Maybe things that Arc Raiders was, doing better, or really sort of, Did it,
Come on,
did it
Alec.
sort of
Let him
validate
have
some
it.
of your theses or whatever? Like, what was your overall response to Marathon when you and your team started playing it?
So first of all, I was a massive Destiny player, so I've been following Marathon for a long time, and I'm sure the qualities that Bungie can bring to their games is something that we can only be inspired by trying to get to. Some of the through the gun feeling and all that is they're just the experts in doing that. So I was very excited to see what they were cooking, and unfortunately I didn't get time to play myself. So my kind of view on Marathon was more probably informed by what the overall world sentiment was. It looks like a game that, in my opinion, needed some more time, and it sounds to me like that's what they did. And I'm pretty certain that they know what the big complaints were about that game, and they're actually working pretty hard on that. So I think we will offer quite different experiences. To be honest with you, I think we have a bit more of a kind of maybe, I don't want to say slower paced, but there's a different pace to the games, from what I can see at least. And we have a slightly different focuses as well as the robots take a bigger place in our universe, and the looting and the exploration looks like it takes a bigger part in Arc Raiders. Well, of course, I can't speak to everything that is Marathon, but I'm excited to see the changes that they're making, and I'm very excited to see when is it coming out? Do we know that now?
We don't know yet. No. Sometime next year, they said. Yeah.
Excited for it.
So on that point,
that was a very nice, humble response, wasn't it? Like, stayed above the water. I like it, man. If you look at the history, the Embark Studio is like 14 minutes from the DICE Studio, and like all of the main devs who were never listened to went and started their own thing, which is now Embark, right? And came out with this. There's huge rivalry. I'm guessing all of you guys at this point have heard the funny stories about how if you type Arc Raiders into Battlefield, it's like you're calling someone to tell them to fuck off or whatever, and it blanks out a swear word. Crazy, man. I don't understand how age-old review sites are still viable versus a huge number of content creators. It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because something like IGN that has 20 million subs and the sheer amount of power, possibly is not the right word, but influence and power and control over things like Google, for example. Like, we're building a website for Arc Raiders, right? And there's a map website that is owned by IGN, and because, it's a very good site anyway, but they just have so much influence that even if we put out, let's say for argument's sake, we put out a better map with better resource, if this map launches a year after ours, even though ours is it would just take the top spot on Google. If they made a video, it'd take the top spot on YouTube, and it's all about this like authority. So even if, I know what you're saying, right? People are starting to boycott it because of the shit that happened with Arc Raiders, but they just have so much influence over the everyday gamer that, isn't looking at a Twitch stream 4 days before a game launch happens. Do you know what I mean? It's a real tough one, man. It's really difficult. Chunked the Kool-Aid back in the day. Oh yeah, it's the Monopoly effect. Yeah, it's a difficult one, man. It's a real difficult one. So it's hard to fight this. And you have websites that have popped up covering games like Diablo 4 and other ARPGs that just end up getting bought up by these big guys. So they just always continue to have this umbrella effect where they will always be on top of anything else that tries to, bring through information. And I won't dwell on this too much, but another good example of that is like Google and Reddit. So about a year ago, maybe a bit longer now, obviously Google introduced their AI. When you Google something now, it gives you an AI response. the way that does that is it would take information from, let's say you're Googling how to make a cake, right? What have you got here, Moose?
This is Arc Raiders during.
Oh shit! Let's watch that. Let's take for example, you want to bake a cake. If you Google how to bake this cake, Google will give you an AI response about how to bake this cake. But it takes that information from someone. Let's say Flint's mother has gone out and baked this cake and made a beautiful little blog about how to bake this cake. It takes the information from her site, displays it directly on Google, and you don't ever see Flint's mum's site. If you did, she would have got the ad revenue from you seeing it, and then she would have been incentivized to keep baking more cakes and giving you good knowledge, right? But in the end, Google takes it all, and Flint's mum gets no money. But it's the same with all these other sites. Like they have so much control and so much power. They did a massive deal with Reddit, and now when you're Googling stuff now, the sheer amount of Reddit posts you'll see at the top of Google is the same scenario with this IGN thing. They just have power. So I said I wouldn't go down that rabbit hole, but I did. I'm fucking stuck in there. Arc Raiders Wild 6-year development cycle is the link I tried to send. Got it. I've got it. Yeah. Hashtag justice for Flint's mum. Simon, good to see you, man. Oh shit! Right, let's carry on. Sorry.
And you said so
it's difficult. TLDR is difficult.
Slower game because you said there's a difference in pacing.
Again, I haven't played Marathon, so this is just my impression.
Fair point.
But my impression feels like it's faster, combat paced, and it feels like you're faster into the action in that game, and it's more about around that part of the game. Whereas I think Arc Raiders is a bit more around like how do you position yourself and what combat do you choose to take and not take, maybe. And this is just my guess.
No, that's accurate. I played both, and I think that's a fair assessment for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm super stoked about their art style. They're a very different game than ours, and I think it looks amazing. And the style, will take it far. I think there's room for both these games to be honest with. They will certainly have their own strengths and weaknesses, and it will have their own communities.
He's nice, man. I think he's given a really nice response to this. Squared Cub, are you the dev of the Metaforge app? I can just about craft a wonderful picture on Paint. I have, at the moment, 6 or 9 devs locked up in my basement working hard on the Metaforge app website. So I am a part of it, and the boys are currently downstairs. They're working hard to get it ready for Arc Raider release, mate. Do you wanna should we donate them some water? Keep them busy. No, I'm a part of the project. Yes, mate. We were just this morning looking at actually just changed a few things on the map, kind of relating a little bit more to in-game, and we changed some pin colors and stuff. So definitely feedback's always welcome. We've got some quests on there now that will link through to the quest pages to then give you a bit more information, and things like the dam keys we're also going to link through to those pages. All the arcs are now red. The brighter the red, the scarier they should be. Shit like that. Noticing missing a weapon crate. So I was wondering how you guys got the data. Everything on the site is all manually input. So every one of these pins has been done manually. Everything in the database has been manually input. It's just a big passion project for us, really. If you want to help out, let's say you are missing something here, you can come in here and suggest a marker, and it gets shown to me in a queue here. People have given me some feedback on spawn location for field depot containers, which we just actually added, and it will show me where these go. So if there's something you want to help out with, man, feel free to jump on the site. You can when you're not logged in here, it will say suggest an edit rather than edit, and it will tell me things. It's just we got a community called Pirate Gaming, and we've kind of put this together, but it is open to the wider Arc community if you guys want to want to lend a hand. So especially things like this now. The harvester, I just go to my harvester guide. Maybe, yes. This is my updated harvester guide. So hopefully it'll just hopefully help people if people are interested in it. If they're not, then it is what it is. Will you add any player trading to the website? Can you do that? Can you? I don't think you can trade with each other. Can you? If something's missing, just slap it across that space. Exactly that. Just need to verify my email on Discord so I can log in. Nice. There should be also just email login as well if you want. I think we can do Discord, Twitch, and just standard email. Yeah, guys, if you wanna help out, this is the link to the maps. Thank you, Flint. Sorry, I just see that. Thank you for the link there. We got the different maps. We just started inputting stuff on the spaceport. It's mainly at the moment player spawns, extraction points. I'm going to add the names for all these extraction points as well. And then at some point, as you can see here, it's got my name on here. If I go through to the dam, for all you guys that help out, basically, we're gonna have a system in place where we will be able to see who's contributed what and everything, and we'll have some sort of kind of contribution leaderboard type fun. It's all very fun stuff. So yeah, if you want to help out, that would be we'll be very grateful. Very grateful. You can prop trade with teaming up and enjoy. That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, that's a good idea. We haven't thought about any player trading yet, so I know that we have done that with previous games, but we haven't thought about that yet for Ark. So if that becomes a demand, then it's definitely something we can help build out for sure. Yeah. I think the idea there was a message from the devs somewhere that there is no traditional player trading, but yeah, there's nothing to stop you adding someone as a friend and swapping. I guess you could trade one item for another item, perhaps something like that, but then obviously you'd still have to extract with that. But yeah, there's probably something that can be done. But there's no traditional flea market or anything like that. Nice one, Carrot. Thanks, man. Yeah, thank you, guys. Yeah, and if there's anything else you see amiss, so basically we've got the big database page, but again, all of this has all just been, there's 11 pages, it's been manually input. So if you search for anvil, whoopsie, it should give you the stuff you need for the anvil. You could go into it. We're changing this page slightly, but you get the idea. You can compare the stats, and if, for example, you're looking for a particular key, this one, for example, got the map on here so you can see the key. Yeah, any ideas, either DM it to me if you don't mind, because on Twitch I have a small brain at the best of times. But yeah, it's partially like I've always had conflict with this, but on my yeah, hopefully it'll be helpful. We have shit like the loadout builder as well. And then with the loadout builder, you can then, for argument's sake, if I like Flint's hairy escape build, I should be able to come in here, track the items that Flint needs for his item or for his his loadout, excuse me. And then I can come into my item tracker and I can see all these items here that I need for Flint's hairy loadout, and I can just state that I've collected it. I need one of these. Just mark them off as done, and then you've got things like broke it. Yeah, I broke it. If you find any bugs, let me know as well. If you come in here, for example, and you need 6 advanced electrical components, you just start marking these off. This is broken.
Scytheology's just subscribed for 49 months.
And then mark down the bottom, you get your 100%. Yeah, there's loads of stuff basically. Thank you, Psychology. It's good to see you, man. Hello, Nightmare. Good to see you, bud. Gonna hit it hard? Absolutely, Rob. Absolutely. Man. Thank you, bro. It's submitted the weapon crate. Let's have a little look. There you go. Yeah, so I can see what you've submitted here, Squared. Perfect. Yeah, look at that. I mean, that's just fucking ace. So it shows me that it's what, here in the control tower somewhere. No, it's the weapon crate and the shroud video. Here's the link for relevant timestamp. Let's say I completely trust you and have checked out the video this time. I should be able to accept that now. And then there it is, along with Shroud's video. Shroud's like one of our best friends, so fine. But yeah, it's really good. So thank you very much. If you see anything we're missing, yeah, we appreciate it a lot. We do. Got another weapon case in here as well. Look. Yo, exactly. So that makes us best friends. It's probably the most interesting game of the year, which can't be, or at least isn't pay to win. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. But yeah, sorry. That's yes, I am part of the Metaforge website. Yeah.
I hope they both can thrive because, again, like I said earlier today, I think that the PvPvE mix thing still hasn't its full moment. So I think that there's still things to be happening around here. Whether or not it happens in the extraction games or more on the survival game side or wherever it happens, I'm certain it will certainly happen. That was a lot of certainty.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really curious about how you guys landed on this vibe that Arc Raiders has, because for me that's kind of the biggest feeling. That's the biggest thing. Like, obviously there's big robots walking around and like the sound design is fantastic and whatever else, but just there's this feeling of immersion and atmosphere that's just like pouring out of Arc Raiders. Obviously that's a conscious choice. You don't just arrive at that accidentally. So like, what were the pillars that you were designing toward when you were thinking about how to create that vibe for this world? How did you get it so right?
There's a couple of answers to that. First, it's what the team wanted themselves. They wanted to be immersed. So a lot of this comes down from, so for the audio people, let's say Benzo, who is our audio director, he wants to be immersed in this world. And
the audio is so good in this game.
Have audio be an important part of that. The same thing is for the environment team. They want you to be immersed in it. They want to tell a story, and they want to make the game stand out. And I think so that's one part on the passion about like driving immersion as part of the craft that you're doing and the craftsmanship. But on the other hand, it's about finding an identity of a product that isn't necessarily too adjacent to anything else that is out there, to make it stand out on its own. So the early explorations that were made around Arc Raiders, they knew that they wanted to do something that didn't feel too gloomy and uninviting, and maybe it's cool in its own sense, but we wanted something that felt a bit more optimistic, like the world, even in the world that the Arc Raiders is taking place. It's not the world that is gone to hell. It's actually the world that things have started growing again. It's in the post-apocalypse.
I know it's slightly off topic here because I know we're talking about audio, but this is a clip that I keep seeing, and a few people have pointed it out. Like,
kind of nuclear.
What the heck is that?
There is hope and positivity in this world. Yes, there are arcs, and they are dominating the surface, and for the Raiders, that's a massive challenge. But at the same time, you can see the world has gotten back on its feet after what looks like a pretty devastating blow to itself.
Yeah, I did that big tower one. That was amazing, man. Yeah, the audio is just next level, isn't it? It's so good from the gunshots through to in the distance hearing player movements and stuff. Dark, it sweats to win. Yeah, you're just old, mate. You're just old. It's okay. I'm in that boat. You're just older than me. The robots are walking around and they want some walking around money. So on day one, we're going to kill a queen. Oh, jeez. Dude, But what we need to do is we need to get like 500 of us to all try and Q snipe each other and just go in there with 3 loadouts in like 6 lobbies with all of us and try and kill the queen with completely free loadouts. Oh shit, yeah, you are younger. Okay, that's that out the window then. Shell Bay is awesome. Would be nice if you could customize that later on, dude. You can customize so much stuff in the finals that I'm sure they're gonna allow us to customize all sorts of weird and wacky shit. You know. I would do. Yeah, I'm in for the Queen raid. It would be chaos, wouldn't it? Absolute chaos. The Burnt Peanut, mate. Burnt Peanut. His streams are just absolutely insane. Dude, Hamid. Hold on, I can hear Jack, my son, pissing off my wife. So give me a second. I'll give him a bit of the old. You want some? Job done. Hit him with the crippler crossface. What's that? What's that wrestler's name? Chris. Ah, fuck, I can't remember. Right, I'm gonna listen while I catch up on your chat and see what you guys are talking about.
So that was that. We also have some personal preferences here. So there's people who have like the characters in the background. This is, I would say, they're very much on our art director. That's very much his style. So I think there's a lot of personality here that comes through from.
Hold on, I got Next in there. I got Next here. Hello, baby. No, do you want them on? Yeah, keep him alive for a few hours and then I'll sort it out. You're welcome. Big up, big up. No worries, I'll keep him alive, I'll sort it out. Fuck, I love
from the contributors as well. So it doesn't have like one answer. It's a
Yeah,
bit
of
more
course.
organic than it being. It sounds maybe deliberate, and it is to some degree, but it also comes through the process of building the game. I'd
Yeah,
say.
for sure. So tell me, you are now 8 days from Lord?
Oh, really, Carrot? Dude, what? Do you know what it is for me? It's like, slightly off topic from Ark again. Sorry, I do this a lot. Yeah, gave my son the crippler crossface. Chris Benoit him. But wrestling back in the day with Triple X and Kane and the Hardy Boys and, you know, all the other great names was fucking epic. Like, it was epic. And do you know what it feels like to me? It feels like football was like that as well for me. Dare I fucking say it? I really don't give a shit about football anymore, and I don't really care about wrestling. I saw some of the greats go back to it, and it's really actually quite cool, some of the clips. But I'm never interested like I used to be. Whereas same with football. It's such a random tangent, but I don't give a shit about football anymore. But I used to fucking rate the hell out of it. We were clearing out my mum's place, like an old garage, and I had these like Pokemon style books with coins and stickers of footballers. Like, how fucking sad was that? I used to love it, and I was like, that was when Manchester United was cool with like, all the greats from there as well. And now they're all like getting convicted of being fucking weirdos and shit. But that was like the days back then. Like, that was the days. I used to fucking love that. But I don't know what happened with him. My point of mentioning this was that Carrot said Chris was one of the worst examples of someone that was failed by the WWE medical. But we won't go on a tangent about that. There's so many rabbit holes, right? Yeah. you could go down and it's like, that's a shame. I'm a CPR instructor and talk about CTE and concussion protocols a lot. So he just got short answer for us small brains out here. They just got fucked up wrestling, and they didn't notice that. Something like that. That's a shame, man. Yeah, for some reason, whenever I think of wrestling moves, the crippler crossface always fucking comes to mind. I don't even know why. And the pedigree was I'm dribbling. It was the pedigree from Triple H or something, right? Jesus Christ. Oh man, I'll never give up football. 9 months for World Cup 2026. So I don't even know anything about this. Where is the new World Cup being held, Costy? Rooney days. The football died when... Exactly, man. Hello, H2O. We can't diagnose CTE until after death. Jesus Christ. Right, so it's like that, is it? But no one was there to kind of recognize and support him. Jeff Hardy. What was his brother's name? It was the Hardy Boys, wasn't it? Jeff and fucking can't remember. My mum probably still has this because she's weird and she hoards things, right? Matt Hardy. Fuck, how do I forget that? Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, yeah. There was like an old silver like step ladder in my garage mum's place. And I have painted Jeff Hardy, the Hardy Boys, Matt Hardy all over this this ladder. And I do have not vivid memories, but memories of like when wrestling was exciting and fucking jumping through tables on each other, right? But I have this ladder completely painted up in the Hardy Boys. It's so shit as well. It's like, I've used a really fat paintbrush and it's just this horrible blue. So stupid. Yeah, anyway, I guess for legal purposes, I did not crippler crossface my son, and he is still breathing. He hasn't been knocked out cold. Anyway, on with the show.
Yeah. Is that correct?
30th.
9 days, 8 or 9 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So are you just like sleeping under your desk, just like 24/7? Like, how's it? What is a day in the life, Alexander?
Oh my God, what is it? What isn't it? So I try to be at work as early as I can to get some of the administration work out. And then there's a lot of meetings. I review the software probably between 3 to 4 hours a day. where I play with stakeholders. So I am
Right,
one of
got
those
it.
people that just probably spends most time in the software and try to identify. And now,
Hey,
in these
man.
finaling days,
That's
it's
a
more
job
about
we could
finding
do, boys.
critical things.
Play games with stakeholders. Okay, the money makers. Hell yeah.
Which actually, I'm pretty good at finding critical things. For some reason, I have a
Have you
nose.
found any Have you found any recently? Are you guys feeling ready? Like, are there any major red flags that you've got to solve in the next 8 days?
So the Server Slam actually found a few interesting ones. We had the AI. It was basically able to see through any kind of vegetation.
The people's
So
elbow.
People complained about
the people's elbow is a classic. That's a fucking proper classic.
some of the power of the flying drones. Yeah, well, that's because they saw you through the foliage.
Right.
So that's
Got
a
it.
bug that's
Oh, yeah.
quite late.
Crap, we were talking about that.
So that kind of stuff. No, it's reviewing with stakeholders, discussing what's next, the upcoming patches and updates to the game, monitoring all the KPIs for the game, and discussing with our marketing partners what we're going to do. So right now, every day is very different, and then I try to be home.
It's
meet
very
my kids
exciting.
for a couple of hours, and then go back to work for a couple of hours, and then rinse, repeat. But I'm feeling pretty energized compared to some of the other games that
Dude, I am one of those guru that I am very happy if Arcs can't see me in a bush. And I think there's two folds to this. One, I think it would be fucking funny if they could see you everywhere. Yeah, infrared cameras, right? And then on the flip side, well, that would also piss off many, many people that are kind of shit like me, right? And then on the flip side, it's really cool to be able to know that if you hide in a bush, you can't be seen. It's quite cool. Like it feels reminiscent of, like, you know, it's quite realistic. But on the flip side, it would be quite funny. It would be funny. Someone sits in a bush like, yeah, you can't see me, and then you get hit by a fucking rocket. Yeah. But it's quite nice that is definitely a nice feature, and I think that brings that kind of realism element to the game where people, and I think that touches quite heavily on this whole PvE thing. Like, it's an extraction shooter game. You know, there's not PvE in this, but there could be, right? If you see a group of players and you sit still in a bush, it's really difficult for that PvP sweat group to genuinely see you if you are still. And we experienced that where we were in a gunfight, we finished it, and then we were sat looting in a bush, just kind of chilling. And 30 seconds after the fight, we turned around, we saw this group of 3 players running towards us, and we were all just very still in this bush, just looking for our loot, right, being little loot goblins. And we were just like, fuck, they're coming. And they didn't see us. And we got the jump on them, and we killed them as well. And it just, like, creates these wildly cool elements to the game, which is sweet. Hey, Kiro. Hello. Thanks for the website. Amazing work. Awesome, man. Fucking fantastic. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, if you've got any things that you really like or you don't like, just let us know, man. Let us know on Discord. DM me anything. Not a problem. That's cool, though. Thanks for checking it out. Fortnite mobile bushes. soon DM. Me and Flint experienced this shooting at some guy. He literally disappeared in a forest. Yeah, it's quite easy to lose people, isn't it? It's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting. So we're gonna have. Well, I need to sort my Discord link out. Actually, I need the Metaforge Discord. I need to kind of get my shit together with this. If you head anywhere on the Metaforge site, on the bottom left, you'll see the Discord link. Let me stop being a lazy prick. Just give you the link. There's 2 links there. The Pirate Gaming Discord is more my kind of slightly closer group of friends that are quite more degenerate than you will experience on the Metaforge Discord. You have people like myself, Scythe, Flint, Nex, Nova, If those names mean nothing to you, it's probably best you keep it that way. And you join the second link if you're a bit of a degenerate like us. Yeah, you'll see Beast, Nightmare. Then you're welcome to join the Pirate Gaming Discord as well. It's like it's like degens, nice people. Pick your poison. Yeah, there's a couple of Discords there. Kiro, thank you, mate.
Kiro Sasso 7 just
Kiro Sasso.
subscribed.
You're welcome. Thank you for subbing, man. Appreciate that.
I've shipped, so I feel good, even though I'm very tired, and
Nice.
but it's all good.
So so launch day comes. Do you feel like the servers are going to be up to the task, infrastructure wise? Like, are you guys feeling?
Yeah, I feel good
good
now.
about that.
I feel good after
Okay.
having run the server slam and identified those issues. But I was lying on my desk when we started seeing some of the issues on
Sure.
Friday last week. That was pretty painful. I'm not good at seeing things like that, and it gets me a bit panicked. But it turned out well. It turned out well.
Good.
Thank you,
And
Moose.
obviously,
I got it ready to
is
go.
just like the beginning, so to speak, and then there's all the post-launch. So, is it?
This is going to be a good one. This is like pre and post launch. Hey, Bob. You back at home? Well, kind of. I'll quick TLDR. Sorry, Arc Raiders guys. I'll just fill in Bop on the situation. So TLDR, mate. For you guys who don't know, I've been traveling the UK for about a year and a half in our van, which is this one on the right. And I'm just a fucking idiot. Maybe a midlife crisis. My wife puts up with my bullshit. I've decided to buy this truck, so I've bought this truck here, and I've hopefully in 4 days on Arc Raiders launch, fingers crossed, I've found a nice small piece of land in Scotland as well that I can put this truck on and build it up as well. So yeah, slightly different direction, but we've gone from van to a lodge now by the beach, and now I've bought this ridiculous thing, and I'm hoping we can do some kind of really cool travel in it and take Jack and my daughter to see the world, basically. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, dude. Yeah. This is not a truck for the UK. This is like, get this shit on a boat and take it abroad somewhere. So, yeah, we'll see how we do. It's not very UK road friendly. But yeah, I bought an ex-military truck, Bob, so we're kind of in some walls for a bit, hence the random setup. But yeah, we will there's gonna be like my life is always I'm a mess. I'm not a very good streamer. It's like, what are you doing today then? I don't know, man. I'm either running the business or we're going swimming in about 2 hours. Someone just messaged, hey, you want to go swimming? It's like, fuck it, sure, let's go. Oh, here we go. I'm back. Sorry, boys. I'm not in my swimwear. Dude, I'm the worst person at watching a video. This is like a half an hour segment, and it's taken me nearly 2 hours to get through. I'm a mess, mate. I'm a mess. What's going on? That's a small truck in it. Yes, we were thinking, slightly off topic again, maybe America. So there's this. Have you guys seen this? So again, fucking, I'm not helping with my thing. Long way down. Have you guys seen this? Long way down. They did long way round. I think long way round was the first one. Long way up, I think they've done now. Yeah. This was the latest one. So so here you go. Bit of backstory for me. My first serious motorbike I bought was one of these. I bought this like beautiful BMW. It was an 850 something. Like fucking stunning adventure bike. Oh, it was this one. It was exactly the same as this. But grey. And yeah, dude, I fucking loved it. So I bought my first proper motorbike off the back of these boys. Look how young they are. Oh, mate, we're getting old, boys. Anyway, yeah, they did Long Way Up recently. Slightly off topic again. Long Way Up. And they did it from, correct me if I'm wrong here, it was basically the very tip of South America up to Los Angeles, right? Let's see, we've got a long way up. Yeah, look at this, man. Look at that. Fucking epic. Really cool. So anyway, what I was thinking was, if I was to do a trip in the truck, how sick would it be to be able to do something like this, or go over to Alaska or Canada where the roads are big and are just awesome. And that truck is big enough that I've seen people stick like a small motorbike on the back. I could get the motorbike off and do some off-roading up some mountains and stuff. Oh shit. Whiskey is waiting for you in Seattle, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, if any of you guys come to Scotland as well, I'll have some good Scottish whiskey for you here. Most midlife crisis guys build a man cave. Danny buys a man truck. I love a van this way. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, so that was kind of where all that stemmed from, and yeah, looking forward to hopefully, potentially doing shit like that. That's really cool looking forward to seeing you. Hopefully it'll be good, Ross. Yeah, hopefully it'll be good. Boys, if you just joined, sorry, I have been digressing left, right, and centre on like a half an hour interview. We're about 3 hours in. Yeah, what it is. Here we are.
What are we talking
Man,
here?
it's good to see you, bro.
Seasons? Like, what's the content cadence? Like, when's the next time we see something new for Arc Raiders after that initial release?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, so our ambition is to keep this updated on a consistent basis with new content, maps, and arcs, and quests, and all things, new systems and things. We have a pretty ambitious post-launch plan for the game, and we'll see. Maybe we'll see something before Christmas that has something to do with.
Leak it! Look at his face. Look at it. He's really trying hard not to leak. Let's get this straight. Irish do whiskey. The Scots do Scotch. Mate, there is so many whiskey distilleries up here. So many. It's wild. You guys maybe do it better, but there's still a lot up here. Right. Look at his face here when he's like trying not to leak something. I love it.
Maybe we'll see something before Christmas that has
his little Swedish smile. Look,
they
are shit.
Okay.
Hey man, I'm English. I can't get involved in this.
Something to do with.
Look at him. He's trying not to leak it.
Mention Stellamontis. Okay. Maybe there might be more arcs abound shortly.
Okay.
Definitely will be a couple of bigger updates before the New Year's, and the next year is kind of being planned out.
Dude, we need to laser beam into his brain, fucking extract this information.
Right now, so
yeah, open it.
We'll have a roadmap that I hopefully we can go live with in a couple
we can't incite a riot to cut his head off, take all of his brain knowledge. Sorry, Alex, I don't mean that.
I can explain this a bit more in detail, but things are a bit in flight still.
Okay,
as it should be.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. That's cool. And I guess final question is, Embark. It's you guys are now a 2-game studio, not just 2 games, but 2 live service games. There's not many studios in the world that are 2 live service game studios. You've got the finals, and now you're about to have Arc Raiders. How are you feeling about that? Is it like, did you steal all the people from finals to get this done, and now they've got to go back? Like, how does the studio work going forward? And is there a potential for a 3rd game, or are you guys just like, nah, that's enough?
So first, the finals team has been helping out on Arc Raiders, much like when the final shipped, the Arc Raiders team helped out on finals. We're a fairly small studio,
so that's quite interesting. Like, my brain would have assumed that. I mean, this is where I'm completely ignorant on many things that to do with actually game development. I love playing them, but very ignorant for everything else. But saying that obviously Arc Raiders was in development, well, clearly it was, but Arc Raiders was in development when the finals launched, and the Arc Raiders team helped the finals, and the finals team are now helping Arc Raiders. It's pretty cool. If he's watching this, he's second thinking his life choices. Maybe blue balling angry gamers with big imaginations wasn't the best idea. They want to cut my head off. Any story to the game? There is a story, actually. There's also even a story and lore to the finals, which our good man Crazy did a great video on, which I will need to share with you.
Helping each other out is part of what we need to do here. But like you say, transitioning 2 games into 2 live games from being 2 in production games to 2, it's going to be a bigger challenge than I think for us. The finals team has already done it, so they're doing pretty well now on their cadence, on the seasonal cadence. So we have a lot of things to learn from them. On the other hand, Arc Raiders is a very different game. It doesn't necessarily abide by the exact same rules. It's not a game that is bound to seasons and season passes in the same way. So we want to keep a little bit of a more flexible approach for Arc Raiders for at least for the beginning, so we can find what's best for Arc Raiders in the live service. I don't think we have the answer, to be honest with you, about exactly how to run Arc Raiders as a live service, but I do think we have the pillars and the components that we need. We just need to kind of get in there and figure it out as we go. I think that's part of what makes this fun, though. It's like if people always keep telling you about what challenges that you will face, then why would you keep going and face those challenges? I think some of the challenges just needs to come, and you're just going to have to deal with them heads on, as on a challenge by challenge basis. Maybe it's a little bit naive, but I think that's, to be honest, we wouldn't have built Arc Raiders if we weren't a little bit naive, and it would never have happened. I think you need some of that. Like, yeah, we can do that. Yeah, of course we can do that. And if not, I don't think anything like this could ever happen. So it's kind of part of the process, I guess. They're going into the unknown and figure it out as you go.
Absolutely. And Embark getting a 3rd game, what do you reckon? Is that going to happen?
I reckon that is possible. Of course. I think Embark never sits and rests on its laurels. I think it always has new ambitions to strive after. So I don't know, but we'll see in the future.
Sure. Yeah, cool. Well, Alexander, it's been really good talking to you, man. As I said, I from the very start, I was really interested in Arc Raiders when it was a PvE game, and I was skeptical when it made that transition to Extraction. But from what I saw early on, I was like very intrigued by it, and I thought, okay, there's something here. And now to see what it's become has been, pretty amazing, to be honest with you. I never could have anticipated it would end up as something so compelling. I do like extraction shooters. Hunt Showdown was my weapon of choice. But yeah, I mean, there's just something to this one that really pops, and I'm very keen to check it out. I will be there on launch day for sure.
Appreciate it.
So yeah, good luck with everything. Hope it goes well.
Thank you.
And I'd love to have you back on a little while after launch to check in and see, did the servers burn down?
Or am I alive?
Are you alive? That would be it. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again for your time and all the best to you and the team.
Thank you.
Love that shit. I fucking love that. I'm very, very excited. Right, we have... Is this the same video? Yeah. Moose has shared with us Arc Raiders' wild 6-year development cycle. And it's coming here. How did a studio that is a refugee away from the EA sweatshop build, one of the most anticipated... How did a studio that is a refugee away from the EA sweatshop build one of the most anticipated games of 2025? This video goes over the full development history of Arc Raiders. We've got 20 minutes on this. I'll try and watch this without stopping it. That was a mouthful to say that shit. Feels good for them. Feels good for them, man. With what a successful studio. So glad it shows what that if you're still passionate about developing games, you'll be rewarded. Dude, I hope so, man. And do you know what? It's been quite cool. This year, we've seen quite a few smaller studios, like smaller, like real indie, like 1 or 2 developer studios actually have their games pop off, Anyway, we'll try and watch this without too many pauses because my brain's a bit mad.
Conceptual phase of development back in 2019. The footage you're seeing was one of the first things the studio made after being founded just 3 months prior. And while the demo itself looked great, the most important part is the studio behind the game, Embark Studios. The studio was formed in late 2018 by ex-DICE leadership due to a lack of creative control on the Battlefield franchise. They were tired of being forced to make just one project year after year. And when I say ex-DICE leadership, I mean a majority of key decision makers.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
At DICE, including the CEO of DICE, audio and art directors, and many other key development veterans. This development story is one that I've never quite had an opportunity of learning about until now. Throughout the development of the game, if at any point
I wish I could storytell like this.
Hands on this studio and the game, it would never see the light of day. This is the story of Arc Raiders and how a studio born from AAA failures redefined how a game is made.
That's a dad joke, to be honest, and I rate it. Looks like he's got a little tinfoil hat on.
The founders of Embark Studios, under the corporate umbrella of EA, felt constrained by the business and production models of large AAA development. Many core developers were tired of making Battlefield all the time and wanted to create a new original title, one that left the mold of Battlefield. Patrick Sutherland, the CEO of DICE, mentioned that when facing pressure to deliver a game on time, the common solution was to just put more people on it. This resulted in teams of 900 people, a process he called counterproductive to efficiency and to controlling quality.
900?
So, from late 2018 to early 2019, Patrick, alongside 5 industry veterans, left DICE and created Embark Studios.
Bro, imagine the conversations that they would have had to have, or imagine like the courage, I guess it would have took whoever first made that discussion with someone else. Like you're a part of one of the biggest, if not the biggest, development company in the world, and you're like, bro, let's fucking leave and make our own. Imagine if the person you were talking to was like, nah. Fuck you. Shit. That takes a lot of courage and some big fucking hefty balls, and I love that shit.
Studios in Stockholm, Sweden, just down the street from DICE. A significant but undisclosed portion of these early hires were veteran developers and executives from DICE and other parts of EA who were drawn to the new studio's mission. Their mission stemmed from the belief that large AAA development had become stagnant and creatively stifled, prioritizing safe sequels and franchises over new ideas. And this is a not so uncommon belief from those in leadership positions at big companies. I mean, just take a look at the story behind Expedition 33, where the same thing happened, just a couple of developers left Ubisoft due to the same exact reasons. Not only did
right people leaving Ubisoft, they probably have enough money already. Yeah, but it's never enough, right? Like, it's never enough.
Embark Studios,
and I think yeah maybe, but also yeah I don't know.
Have the creative freedom to make whatever game they wanted, they also had technical freedom as well. You may have seen videos like this one where AI agents teach themselves how to behave. Well, Embark Studios decided to experiment with this idea and take it to the next level. They used the same reinforcement learning techniques on their AI bots in gaming. The enemies in the final version of Arc Raiders we see were not hand animated by animators, but were taught how to move. And this is just...
This shit blows my mind. Like, how you know what this is like? This is like our kids are going to be able to start working with AI the way we started using smartphones and computers, that our parents like, oh man, I don't know how to fucking install Microsoft Excel. You know what I mean? They're going to pick up AI like that's the next step. This blows my mind trying to even understand how this could even fucking work. I love it.
One of the many technical innovations made by Embark Studios. In fact,
yeah, Ty, drop it quick. I can have a quick
Embark
look.
Studios has not only continued to make technical innovations, but they've also open sourced a fair amount of their work for the entire gaming industry to benefit from.
Ooh! Bro, we got to get behind these guys, right? Oh shit! They're like supporting. Oh shit! I didn't even see that, Ty. Just a quick detour. Ty's just pointing out in the tutorial, you can see what is the king, not the queen. Look how big the ark is in the background. I completely missed that.
Oh, that's probably not good. Look at the background. Bro, that is awesome. Holy shit.
Sorry.
I love it.
You know what Ko looks like? It's beyond my head.
Oh my lord, dude.
Dude, I don't even remember that. Fuck! I completely glossed over it. What a noob. That's so sick. That was not in Tech Test 2. Really? Oh. Okay, yeah. In this version, I just went straight in and knew I was gonna die.
They are quite literally a tech company
cool.
at heart that
Oh,
specializes in game development. So much so that back in 2019, they gave a talk during Google's Cloud Summit in Stockholm. With funding from Nexon, by February of 2019, Embark Studios had hired over 50 developers. The gaming studio was also now a tech company. But it was time to put their skills to the test, building an actual game. But before I continue, if you're enjoying this video, please give it a like and subscribe to this channel. Both are free and help me make more content just like this.
An ark we have to board and go inside to kill it would be nuts. Fucking, that would be crazy. Like, you gotta scarp its leg, get inside the leg. Like straight out of a fucking movie when they're attacking Earth and you need to destroy it.
Yes.
Yo.
After
The artwork's
newly
so
formed
beautiful.
Embark Studios increased their headcount, they immediately began prototyping 2 new games alongside their technical experiments. Arc Raiders, codenamed Project Pioneer, and The Finals, codenamed Project Discovery. Arc Raiders began the prototyping phase as a cooperative, free-to-play action game set in a distant, futuristic world. Within just 3 months of the studio being formed, they already had beautiful concept arts and in-engine tests. Everything in this clip was created by 3 people over 3 weeks using real-world scanned data. Throughout 2019, the teams kept making prototypes and concept arts for both titles. The Arc Raiders team moved past the prototyping stage and into full production in the spring of 2020. At this point, Arc Raiders was their primary project, with The Finals being a secondary project. The team was focused entirely on realizing the original vision of Arc Raiders, a free-to-play, co-op, PvE action game where players work together to fight massive mechanical enemies. A game akin to Helldivers 2. And just as Arc Raiders began full production, the pandemic hit the world and negatively impacted most gaming studios.
Fucking COVID, man.
Embark, like most studios, transitioned to the remote working model. However, unlike large, monolithic AAA projects, which often struggled heavily during the pandemic, Embark's smaller, technologically nimble structure allowed it to continue its work and quickly adapt to the changes in the world.
Nice.
This technological advantage was driven by their philosophy of automating content creation. During the pandemic, Embark's R&D team developed and fully implemented a fully proprietary tool for one-click photogrammetry. This in-house tool allowed artists to fully automate the process of turning high-resolution scan data of real-world objects into finished, game-ready assets in just minutes. At a traditional AAA studio, this process alone would take days. This dramatically increases the speed and fidelity of environmental assets being poured into the Arc Raiders world.
Look at that! It's fucking straight out of IRL Desert into the game.
By November 2020, CEO Patrick Sutherland noted that the studio was still growing and was close to 200 people now. Embark wasn't slowing down during the pandemic. They were actually speeding up.
What the fuck is that? Look at that helmet. Dude, look at that. He looks like a beetle. That's a skin right there.
Drastically. And at this point, this is what Arc Raiders looked like. And for a studio that had just started a bit over a year at this point, it's a bit crazy for the game to look this good.
Loki. Dude, the pandemic was an interesting one for me because my business picked up 2 or 3 like really big clients, and we were starting to hit some like really big money, and the pandemic made me lose it all. And that's when I started streaming New World. I was like, fuck everyone. I'm gonna start streaming and playing New World and just chat to some mates. And yeah, I haven't stopped streaming since. It's been fucking nuts. Yeah, it's. I think if you can take something so negative and swing a positive in it in some way, shape, or form, yeah, awesome.
Embark had also been doing in-studio tests of the game every single day for well over a year.
Landscape's so beautiful, isn't it?
But they also began working on an early, unfinished build of the game that they can put in front of people outside the studio to gather feedback and insights on how the game plays. The rest of 2020 was spent refining their tech and continuing to build out their game. Within the early months of 2021, the quality bar of their machine learning robots that learned how to walk within the game world was achieved, and multiple AI enemies were added into the game. Both Arc Raiders and the Finals were rapidly approaching their targets, so it was time to reveal the game to the world. During the Game Awards in 2021, we got our first glimpse at what Embark Studios had been working on since the studio's formation, and the gaming industry loved it.
Yeah.
This was during a time in the history of gaming where the
shit. So man, just me being a selfish gamer, but it's all good, man. Like fucking, it's done better for me, to be honest. Like it took me out of everything I had my head on, and now, you know, I wouldn't be trying to build shit like this with my mates for games, you know, but then make a little bit of pocket money on. If we can, great. If we can't, whatever. Fuck it. I wouldn't be doing this shit and streaming as much and doing what I really like. You know, I did alright. I made enough money to keep me going for a while, but it was like that. COVID was like the first real big months where I would make enough money that I'd be like, oh shit, son. And we still made good money because a lot of people took their marketing budgets and turned it into health and safety budgets. So it wasn't like the end of the world. It just wasn't as fun. And that's why I started giving up on it, really, because I couldn't be asked with fuck wants to film health and safety videos, man. Jesus Christ. Is Ark really that good? I have some second thoughts about the combat. The shooting without ADS or hitmarks feels a bit off. Something about it for me, man, that just feels right. You know, there's a lot about it that, you know, I know what you mean. There's no can't aim down sights, but some you can, like your snipers and shit. Some feel good, some feel a bit worse off than others. But there's something about how it's all come together that just, in my opinion, has made the whole experience of playing the game feel pretty good. What happened to your van? Van's there. Sold the van. We're in a lodge in the west coast of Scotland at the moment, and I've just bought this truck. So we're gonna convert this truck into into a monster truck. A little bit more space, bigger solar panels, you know, fun, bit more fun stuff.
Top games were dominated by battle royales, and everybody was sick of them. And here comes a free-to-play, purely cooperative third-person shooter.
Yeah,
built
gonna
by
keep
the
me
teams
busy.
Who made Battlefield?
Yeah, new project.
The game was
yeah,
set
we're
to
just kind of like we're basically the van. I built the van before my son existed, and we kept on with the van project because we wanted to see how the kids would take to it and if they enjoyed it and how we felt with it with working / Vanlife. And you know, we've been to some epic places, seen some epic things, made some amazing memories with the family, but it's like it is small for our full family, so we needed to do something a little bit different. So there's some really cool stuff happening with me and projects and family projects and stuff, which I'll involve you guys in. But that's like a little bit of a glimpse of where the van's gone and where we're kind of heading. There's some other bits too, but I'll let you know in a couple of weeks because it's all a little bit floaty at the moment. But yeah.
Release in 2022.
Yeah,
and
he didn't exist. He was still a sperm.
Everything was going perfectly so far until the feedback started coming in. There was a giant problem with the game that internal teams at Embark had terribly missed.
This is what this guy was talking about with the end game loop not really being there and the passion to get back into the game. He was in the previous interview we just watched,
of Ark Raiders,
which is where Ark Raiders is now end up being.
2021 announcement.
Yeah, he didn't. He was, yeah, before he spawned in.
But we came to the conclusion after quite a long time, guys, this game is not fun, said Patrick Sutherland. It was with this delay that the decision was made to turn what was originally going to be a PvE game into a PvPvE game.
Look at that, boys.
The real question was how.
Jeez.
Well, fortunately for Embark, this was right around the time that their former employer, EA, released Battlefield 2042 to catastrophic failure. And after the hellish development of that game, EA decided to completely restructure DICE and every studio that was working on Battlefield.
Shit.
Including the incredibly talented developers and leaders that still remained at DICE. Since at this point, Embark was a refugee away from big AAA developers, they naturally and very smartly scooped up those who left DICE, including executive producer Alexander Grundal, who was brought into the team.
That's our boy we just fucking watched. Okay.
In the last 6 months of its development. It took me a long time to understand what we were even trying to do, he said. When it came to looking at earlier builds of Arc Raiders, there was moments of fun, but it doesn't consistently gel. While CEO Patrick Sutherland said, guys, this game is not fun, Grundahl provided a more nuanced explanation of why the pure PvE game was failing and how to fix it. The fix to make the game more fun involved adding a PvP element to the game. It's also something a lot of Embark's founding developers swore they would never do, after leaving EA and DICE due to being tired of PvP. But if they wanted the game to actually be fun, they had to do something. So the entirety of 2022 was spent on redefining the core gameplay loop.
Big up our Swedish boy.
Made the gameplay way more variable. With PvP, when you see another raider chased by a swarm of arc drones, do you go in for a kill? Do you lend a helping hand? Or do you hold back and feast on the valuable remains? Meanwhile, the development of their secondary title, Project Discovery, aka The Finals, was progressing extremely rapidly due to the technical choices made at Embark. Normally, in a large studio with hundreds of moving parts, this is the point in the project where it would either be cancelled or released as is. No corporation or publisher would want to spend their money on actually fixing the game.
Yo, here's the thing, dog. There's clips of people helping. Like, it's crazy. It's happening. The things that we think would never happen, they are fucking happening. I've seen loads of clips where you can queue in solo, and then you're fighting another solo player. Someone else comes to help. They want to team up. It's happening. It's fucking happening.
But in this case,
it's wild. I know it shouldn't happen, but it does.
Raiders to 2023, while the teams worked on the new PvP aspect.
Oh look, there's our little minigun.
Since their second project, the Finals, was progressing so well.
Yeah, look at that building.
The teams
blow it up.
Decided to switch the priority of the two projects. It was a win-win for Embark. They would be able to push out the Finals faster, and Arc Raiders would get the attention and development time it needed. In early 2023, the focus would shift to the Finals, while the team worked on the changes to Arc Raiders.
Yeah.
And by May of 2023, Arc Raiders had taken the shape of what Embark Studios believed to be a truly promising PvPvE survival extraction shooter. A game that stays true to the original Arc Raiders universe, and more importantly, a game that they were having immense fun with internally. But it was time to find out if the changes they had made were actually fun, with the most important test: putting Arc Raiders in the hands of gamers.
Oh shit, that's always dangerous. We know that.
After the successful release of the Finals at the end of 2023, focus shifted back to Arc Raiders. The next step for Embark Studios would be to perform a closed alpha test to get feedback on the game's core systems and loops. As Embark began letting players into the test builds, the feedback became positive about the new direction.
I think they really have. I genuinely think they have something really cool here. I think your average player doesn't give a fuck that it's an extraction game. They're gonna come in, they're gonna take a free kit, and they're gonna have an amazing journey. They're gonna play 1 or 2 raids. Who cares? Who cares about the extraction part? It's not even about that. Just experiencing the game is incredible. I don't know how to explain.
I know a lot of people say don't listen to Shroud anymore, but this is actually a pretty good take.
Explain it.
We like that.
The atmosphere, the sound design.
Yeah.
While a lot of players who were originally excited for the original version of Arc Raiders had reserved thoughts of the game, now including PvP, it absolutely didn't discount the fact that PvE and AI elements still remained a difficult and significant threat. By mid-2024, it was pretty clear that the direction they were taking Arc Raiders was the correct choice.
Yeah, we listened to him just this
game
once, man.
was actually great now that PvP was introduced, but this genre change also went against the free-to-play model that Embark had originally envisioned for the game.
Tutorial.
In August 2024, Embark officially announced that Arc Raiders would no longer be a free-to-play title. Instead, it was shifting to a $40 premium price point upon release in 2025. Executive producers on the title explained that this change was necessary because the premium model was a better fit for the experience they're building. It allowed the team to focus on creating an engaging, balanced, and replayable action survival experience, without the pressures of having to constantly design content to juice players for more money, as is often required by the free-to-play model. With the genre and business model settled, Embark began allowing the public to test the core experience. Embark launched its first public technical test in late 2024 on Steam for invited playtesters. The purpose was to assess the game's new PvPvE core loop with a bigger group and gather community feedback ahead of its 2025 release window. The test further confirmed that the redesign was working, as the feedback was overwhelmingly positive.
Oh, dude, that shot is so good.
Working, as the feedback was overwhelmingly positive. And just 6 months later, another technical test was planned, Tech Test 2, which ran from April to May. This was a critical, large-scale public playtest.
This is the one I first played, man.
Time console players were introduced alongside PC players. The team used this test to gather massive amounts of data on cross-platform performance, combat balance, and the complexity of the crafting systems, as well as player progression. The feedback from this test, just like the first test, was overwhelmingly positive, validating the pivot even further. The teams at Embark were absolutely booming with excitement since their project that they had spent the last 6 years building had finally achieved their last milestone. Gamers' praise and anticipation. In June of 2025, they finally set the release date in stone, October 30th.
See ya, Flint.
Executive producer Alexander Brundall emphasized that Technical Test 2 gave them the best rehearsal needed for the final stretch of polish.
People got annoyed that they didn't launch it
down the
at
street
Tech
from
Test
them
2,
at
right?
DICE and EA, the teams were
so
simultaneously
good.
putting the finishing touches on Battlefield 6. And someone discovered that if you mention Arc Raiders in the EA app's messaging system, it would immediately be censored.
This is so funny,
didn't
isn't it?
censor any other franchises like GTA or Call of Duty. Only
Salty!
Arc Raiders. EA did not want this game to succeed. This transparent attempt to silence a competitor, which I interpret as sour grapes following the high-profile departure of key DICE talent,
that's
only
fucking
provided Embark
naughty,
with
isn't
a
it?
massive free publicity.
Kind of makes me not want to play Battlefield.
Thankfully, Arc Raiders had something better than publisher backing, a great game. The positive feedback from the tech tests,
it's mad, isn't it?
It was
It's crazy.
already one of the most wishlisted games on Steam.
Let's go!
Embark Studios brilliantly captured on the mishap, posting this on their social media.
Yes, this was amazing.
This move cemented Embark's reputation as the player-focused underdog, while confirming that the launch...
It's very rare I, like, you know, really root for a studio, but this story is just... It's a story of, like, good, right? It feels good. Good people. We want them really to succeed.
Delays, genre changes, and brutal self-assessment had finally delivered a title ready to stand toe-in-toe with the industry's giants. They weren't scared of EA. EA was scared of them, and they had the player numbers to prove it.
Fucking awesome.
As of recording this, the game is about to release. And if the Server Slam numbers are any indication of the success of this game, it'll be an incredibly successful launch for Embark Studios. And rightfully so. They've poured so much effort into this game, gave back to the gaming industry with technical innovations, and broke free of the norms set by the giant publishers. Good luck with the launch, Embark Studios. Everybody's rooting for you and your success.
Fucking A, we are.
And if you want to know what happened to DICE and Battlefield after the loss of the great talent at DICE, I made a video going over the development of Battlefield 2042 and Battlefield 6.
Fucking A. Let's go. I'm rooting for them. I'm bloody rooting for them. Right, boys. I'm actually going to have to love you and leave you. I'll leave you with a few things. I'll be back tomorrow for sure. I got a meeting in the morning with all the boys from the website. If you want to go and have a... do you know what we should do? We should rename the website to this, shouldn't we? Yeah, that's what we need to do. Feel free to have a look at the site. We've obviously got a lot going on the map. If you see some things that are not there, you guys can suggest edits, add markers yourself, all that sort of stuff. Feel free to do that. Yeah, and if you see anything else missing, like within the databases, just hit me up in the DMs. Yeah, I got to bounce. We're gonna take Jack swimming, and yeah, the sun's actually out. Quickly get out before before you get hit with like sleet or snow. So yeah, have a lovely afternoon, boys. Thanks for hanging out. It's been lovely watching these videos with you. Of course, I'm gonna try and be live every day before the launch, apart from Wednesday, which is my son's B-day, so I'm gonna be eating lots of cupcakes and getting fucking fat. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Much love. There's the Pirate Gaming Discord if you want to do that, and then there's also the like our Arc Raider Discord if you like. But yeah, have a fucking wicked afternoon, boys, and yeah, 4 fucking days, baby.